Welcome into Friday Night Lights. I'm Bree Houston alongside of Vernon Hardiman, and this is APSU-TV. Tonight, it's Northeast High School versus Clarksville High. Vernon, what can you tell us about this home team?
Well, Northeast comes into this game with a 1-5 record after getting their first victory last week against West Creek. This is their third game under a new quarterback, and so far they have a 1-1 record. They're looking to start some type of a win streak with a victory here today.
Now, Clarksville is coming in, and they're also looking for a win tonight. What do we know about the Wildcats?
Clarksville comes to this game with a 2-4 record on the season after suffering a close loss to Dyer County last week. They're in the midst of a 2-game losing streak, and they're looking to break that streak with a victory here today.
Now, we have players who impact the game more than others, and those are our players to watch. Who are we watching for on the Northeast side tonight?
Junior running back Jalen Bowser. Last week in their victory, he accounted for over 200 yards and had 4 total touchdowns. They're going to need another big game like that if they want to walk out of here with a victory.
Head coach of the Northeast side said Jalen Bowser is an explosive player. Every time he touches the ball, something good happens. What about for the Wildcats?
Senior fullback Seth Phillips. Last week was his first game back since a week 1 injury, and he rushed for over 100 yards and had an interception. We can expect him to have some type of impact in this game.
Now, that week 1 injury will have him playing in this game with a broken finger as well as a rocking cast. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight. Make sure you stay tuned to APSU-TV. Kickoff is moments away.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
And welcome back to the game. It's Northeast versus Clarksville High tonight. Vernon, we're expecting a great game tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot on the line for this game because, as you can see, these two teams are in the same region, and basically playoff implications is part of the game. These two teams are at the bottom of the region, and if whoever loses this game is going to be very hard for them to make up the ground with only 3 regional games remaining on the season.
So this will be a very exciting game right now. As the sun has set, the moon is up over the field, Vernon. Going to be a very interesting game. It's not that hot today. Temperatures have cooled off in the recent weeks. We're kind of nudging into fall, if you would, and this should be a very interesting game. You got Clarksville High. They're wearing the all-white with the silver numbers, white helmets with silver on top, and then we have Northeast. They're in the black jerseys with the navy pants, white stripes, and around the numbers, they're rocking the white with the yellow helmets.
Yeah, I like the black jerseys. Yeah, it's a different look. I actually enjoy it compared to the old jerseys.
Should be interesting right now as they get ready for kickoff. Vernon, do you have any expectations for the game? What are your predictions?
I don't like making predictions because every game is different. You know, you might see a great team one week, then they come out and basically stink up the place the next week. So right now what I'm expecting is a hard-fought game, and I'm going to say it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm not going to predict any final scores, though.
All right, well, let's tune into the field as Northeast gets ready to kick it off to Clarksville High.
That looked like his number 54 back to kick. 57. Yeah, number 57, Patrick Moody is set to kick.
And it rolls, and it's picked up by number 21 for Clarksville High. As he runs to the sideline, he finally gets pushed out by the 45.
That's a good run by Jamari Cobbs. He put them in great starting field position. Now let's see what Clarksville can do with this field position.
Really good field position starting out. And as we talked about before the game, you know, our players to watch for Clarksville is senior running back Seth Phillips. So let's see what he's, going to do. He was out injured
and you can see that cast on his hand already that we talked about in pregame. You got Kobe Cook at quarterback.
Hands it off to Seth Phillips, and he's swarmed by a bunch of Northeast Eagles. Gains about 2 on the play.
Yeah, that's a decent game on first down. It was that's a decent game on first down. I mean, you want to get a little bit more than that on a first down play, but let's see what they do on second down.
It's second down and 5 to go with 11:26 in the first quarter. He hands it off to number 5, Keontae Hicks, as he leads the group, and he's finally brought down at the
Hicks on the carry for Clarksville High.
It looked like it's about the 30-yard line, it looks like. That you should credit the O-line when you always see a runner go through without being touched for the first 5 yards. That's normally good blocking. So in that case, I credit the O-line, but I also credit the runner for being elusive on the run.
All right, now let's pay attention because Seth has been taken out of the game, and Keontae Hicks gets the handoff again as he runs up the middle. He is brought down. There were 3 defenders coming his way. It looks like he tripped up on the play.
Yeah, I think that's Jarmel Carnell on that one. But that was a good run, a nice cutback, change of pace. But he looked more like a power back. So I think we're going to see a lot more of him as the game progresses.
And Clarksville High looks as if they're switching out their running backs. It hasn't been the same each down. They have switched it back. And before this timeout, Seth did come into the game. So it's going to be interesting to see if they continue this the whole game or if they go with one back.
I think at this point they're just trying to see who's going to have the better feel for the game. You know, you want to try out the back, see which one is working, which one's not, because like I said, each game is different. This might be Seth Phillips' day. It might be somebody else's day. It really depends on Northeast scheme and who's able to do what against the defense.
They probably also want to make sure they're getting Phillips enough rest. They don't want to overdo it on his first day back, first game back from week 1 with that injury, that broken finger.
Yeah, I mean, this is his second game straight back, but I mean, with that cast, I think his arm is pretty well protected because I don't believe the coaches will put him out there if it was otherwise, you know. So I think mainly what we're going to see is obviously Clarksville going to try to run the ball. They haven't passed it yet. So if Clarksville O-line could keep opening up holes the way they've been doing so far, we're going to see nothing but a run early.
They hand it off to Phillips, and he runs up the middle, and he's able to get into the end zone.
That looked like a
referee signaled a touchdown.
Absolutely. Once again, let's look what happened on replay. He gets the ball. Yeah, he basically, by the time we come on the replay, he's already to the second level. But before that, you were seeing that he didn't get touched coming through the hole. He didn't get touched till 5 yards afterwards. So great blocking, great run.
About 5 plays on that drive, Vernon, not one a pass play. So it looks like Clarksville High is going to try to run it this game as much as they can.
Yeah, this is going to be the battle of the lines. Who line can hold up the most? Who line can get the most open holes? And whatever O-line or D-line dominates, that's who's going to win this game.
The PAT is good. The score is 7-0. Clarksville leads Northeast. The away team coming in scoring first, getting first on the board. How important is that for this game?
That is very important for this.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
And welcome back to Northeast High School as they kick Clarksville kicks.
Oh, it was a
off
muff kick.
Northeast.
Yeah, so that's going to be a touchback, it looked like, because they muffed the kick on the return. It looked like Gooch was going over to receive the kick, but he ran into Jalen Bowser, and it was a fight for the ball. But luckily, it was already in the end zone, so they didn't have to do nothing with it.
Now it's Northeast time to shine, if you will. We're going to see what our player to watch can do. Jalen Bowser, his coach said he's super explosive every time he touches the ball. So, as you said, this is going to be a test of the O-line. Will Northeast run it as much as Clarksville, or will they mix it up and throw it?
I believe Northeast is going to mix it up a little bit. See, off back. Here
we
go
are
pass.
in the pocket. He throws it over the middle.
Ooh, good
It's
catch.
complete. It's completed by number 6.
Deshaun Evans.
Deshaun Evans with the next nice completion. He was able to hold on to that one, even by being tackled by 2 people.
Yeah, and see, Puig back there, number 12, the quarterback, he's a freshman. So that's what you want to do. You want to make your quarterback comfortable. And given that he's a freshman already making plays like that, Northeast future is looking really bright.
Puig back in the shotgun. He throws it to the left, and it is incomplete right through the hands of the receiver, number 10.
Dante Jarrett. Yeah, he got to catch that. If it hits you in your hands, you have to be able to receive that. Help your quarterback out, because that was a pretty good thrown ball. It just dropped.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was number 11, Jalen Miller. Jalen Miller he's a senior. So, you know, they say if the ball touch your hands, you need to catch that. Puig back in the shotgun again. And he hands it off this time as the running back gets a few yards on that game, but not far.
It looked like Jamil Marsh on that one.
Handoff to number 40,
like you said, Northeast is mixing it up. We've had a few passing plays, a few running plays, and they're slowly but surely moving the ball up the field, and football is a game of inches. So every inch you can get, they need to take.
Yeah, Northeast, when I talked to their coach a couple weeks ago, he told me that his O-line was very young and inexperienced. So what it looks like to me is like he's trying to get rid of this ball very fast and don't leave his O-line in a vulnerable position. So good job calling plays so far.
Even though they're young, Puig has a lot of time in the pocket. He's sitting back, and I think he needs to wait and watch for the play to materialize instead of getting rid of it so fast, because he has plenty of time back there.
Yeah, I mean, as a freshman, you expect certain things like that. You know, that's part of the growing pains. He's going to get better as he progresses, though.
Puig passes it or hands it off to number 7, Malik Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
And he's brought down quickly.
Yeah, Clarksville had that sniffed out from the beginning. They didn't let him get to the edge, and they got the penetration. That's what happens.
And that will take us to 3rd down, 5 to go. They're going to bring in their kicking team. And
yeah, I think this is 4th down. Yeah, bring 4th.
Sorry, 4th and 4 to go. So they're going to bring in their punting team, and it's number 5 to receive it, Quante Hicks.
Quante Hicks. Yeah, I don't know if Northeast want to fall too far behind early, you know, because it's already hard enough to come back when you run the ball so much, and we'll see what happens.
The ball is up in the air, and it's just rolling. No one's by it.
That's definitely Northeast roll right there.
For sure. That roll definitely helped them out.
Northeast spun down at
and it's fielded by number 45, Gabriel Rodriguez.
The ball will be planted by around the 18th yard line.
That's I mean, originally when you seen the kick happen, you didn't think that was a good kick, but when you had the roll in, it turned out to be a pretty decent kick.
Yeah,
so
the ball looked like it went straight up in the air.
Yeah, I was a little afraid at first because those high kicks are dangerous, because normally they'll touch one of your players without them knowing, and it goes to the other team.
Clarksville in the northeast field position at the 18. Let's see what they bring, and it's handed off to Seth as he runs up the middle. Only a few defenders in front of him, and he's tripped by a few defenders.
On the carry for
he
Clarksville High.
gets the ball around the 42-yard line.
Yeah, and that was the first contact he had being touched on that run. And that tells you how big that hole was that he just came through. But great run by Seth Phillips.
Seth Phillips, he has a nice size to him. He's kind of towering over all the other players, if you will.
To be completely honest with you, I'm really impressed with the way he's running the ball with one arm, because normally you see defenders ripping at the ball, but that doesn't seem to affect him.
Clarksville continues to run the ball as it is hand off to number 25, Smith for the carry.
Gabe Smith. Yeah, they got about 5 yards, it looked like, on that one. So that's a good run on first down. First down, you want 3 to 5 yards so you can shorten the field. So give me that anytime.
Clarksville continue to transfer out their running backs as it's handed off to their running back, and he runs into a brick wall of defenders. Northeast not letting him get that much on the game.
It looked like he's going to be really close to a first down. They might want to measure this. By that spot of the ball, it looks like it's a first down. But let's see if they come out call for a measurement.
Will be a first down for the Wildcats.
They give it to him, first down.
And that's what we were saying. Football is a game of inches. So as long as they get inch by inch to get that first down, that's all they need. Puig back in the pocket and the shotgun. He hands it off to Seth, and he doesn't get that far. And once again, I was talking about Seth's size. He's 6'1", 185 pounds, so he has a lot of height on him. And he's kind of bigger. He's getting through the holes, though, up the middle.
Yeah, on that one, though, Northeast got a great penetration. They stopped him before that play even got going, so good job for the Northeast defense.
2nd and 8 to go. Let's see what Clarksville do. They took Seth out. He's on the sideline. They got number 6 in, Jamari Carnell. Hands it off to him, and he's tripped up right around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Northeast defense is doing a lot better on this drive right here as far as like getting penetration, because after the Seth Phillips run, they only given up by like 4 yards on the last 2 plays. So good job so far. Let's see if they can hold up here on 3rd down.
3rd and 6 with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. See if we got some change. Cook is in the shotgun, trying to draw someone off sides. Didn't work, but they hand it off, and it doesn't look like it's enough to get a first down.
No, it looked like he's going to be about 2 yards short. That's good defense by Northeast by not allowing the first down.
Stop short of a first down.
But it doesn't look like Clarksville's going to come off the field as of yet. It looked like they're going to go for this on 4th down.
4 and 3. What do you think is appropriate for this job?
They haven't passed the ball yet, so we're going to see another handoff.
That's right. They got their man in, Steph Phillips, right now, and it's handed off to number 5, Quante Hicks, as he gets the first down and more. He's finally brought down around the 33-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good run by Hicks. Obviously, like I said, the O-line is opening up holes, and they got to give him a hole right there. So by the time he got touches, already first down. Good job by the Clarksville offense. Let's see what happened on replay. Yeah, look at the block on the outside. Then Hicks just cut up field on that one, and didn't get touched until he was 10 yards down the field. Great play.
A little flea flicker to number 5, Quante Hicks. They go back to the man who got them the first down. And they're right in the red zone right now.
Yeah, Clarksville can't be stopped right now on this run. If Northeast don't figure out how to stop this run, it's going to be a long night.
Clarksville has not thrown the ball yet so far, and I think Northeast just needs to realize they're not throwing it, so they need to blitz the quarterback or do something to make him uncomfortable in that pocket.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, if they can't stop the run, keep going. They stopped that one, though. Like, Kobe Cook got stopped for what, a gain of 1 on that one.
I believe that's the first time we've seen the quarterback actually run it for himself, and he was able to get a gain.
Yeah, but that was good penetration by Northeast. Northeast, like you said, they have to stop the run. If they cannot stop the run, they're not going to win this game.
That's all they've been doing so far, and it's 2nd and goal, with Cook in the pocket once again, and he hands it off to Seth Phillips as he tries to fight for the touchdown.
I think he's just short. Like, he looks like he's about at the 3-yard line. But at the same time, by Clarksville running the ball so much, Northeast is going to begin to stack the box. And when they do, they're going to be wide open for a play-action pass. So be prepared for that by Clarksville.
It's 3rd and goal. Clarksville really needs to capitalize on this opportunity. They cannot walk away with just a field goal. That's Cook. He's in the shotgun again, and he runs it for himself.
Touchdown. Great play. I mean, obviously Clarksville sees what's working for them, and they're going to keep doing. Let's see what happened on replay. It was a read option, and the quarterback kept it.
And
as you can see, he didn't get touched until he got in the end zone. That's a great play. Great blocking, great play.
Second time he ran it on this drive, and he was successful on each run. Now Clarksville lines up for the PAT. And it's good, but there's a flag on the play.
Normally, if there's a flag on the play, it's probably offside. It's probably offsides on this play. Let's see what the refs call.
Northeast looked as if they were climbing over walls, so I wouldn't be surprised if they were offsides if one jumped before.
Personal foul on Northeast. Penalties declined.
Personal foul against Northeast is declined.
Yeah, so the field goal is good by Langford. Right now, what we seeing? We seeing run, baby, run by Clarksville. That's basically what we seeing.
All right, make sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Welcome back to Northeast in the Clarksville High game. Right now, Clarksville is leading 14-0, and they've been doing it in which way, Vernon?
Run, baby, run. Just run it down their throat. If they can't stop it, keep going.
You said earlier, if it's not broke, don't fix it, and it doesn't look like Northeast is putting enough pressure on Clarksville to fix it. They're basically having their way, running the ball when they want and giving it to who they want.
Well, see, I don't know if it's necessary Northeast not doing anything to stop it. I think it's more credit to the Clarksville O-line. Let's see what happened on the replay again on that touchdown. See, it's a read option. Watch, he doesn't get touched. Look at the block. Look at that hole. He didn't get touched until he was in the end zone. So it's like there's not really much Northeast can do if Clarksville going to put hat on hat and get the blocks.
That's right. For Northeast,
High will be number 19, Zach Langford.
Zach Langford is kicking it off for Clarksville High, and Northeast, that's our player to watch back there, Jalen Browser. So let's see if they get it, if he can actually get the ball this time and see what he does.
Oh, it is Bowser.
He got the ball. He has the ball, and he makes the defender miss as he runs to the left. Nice block right there. He gets to about the 45-yard line. Nice run.
And that's why he was our player to watch. Do you see the explosion this kid has? Not only does he have explosion, he's fast. And he has a little power to him. So keep watching out for him because we might see a lot of him before this game is over with.
We got fans in the crowd saying, give the ball to him and watch him do his thing. He's eating it up out there. Let's see if they can convert this to actually making some gain or some yards on offense.
Yeah, they got to get past the 50-yard line, obviously, to begin with. So let's see.
This should be
like we got Yamil Marsh in the backfield along with Jalen Puig.
Puig lined up in the shotgun. He steps back. He's in the pocket pressure, but he's able to get it off to his receiver.
Nice screen play. Grip play by Northeast, and Marsh was able to get the ball and get close to a first down.
This is what they need. They have to get those inches, and this is the momentum from Browser's return.
Momentum.
This is where it starts right here.
Yeah, momentum is definitely on their side, but they got to be able to capitalize on it because it could get taken away just the way you got it.
That's right. That was enough for a first down. The ball was handed off, and
now that's a first down.
Yamil Marsh with an Eagles first down.
That's the first down. That's about a gain of 3 by Yamil Marsh. There's some hard-fought yards by Yamil Marsh. I'm not going to lie to you because he's breaking tackles, and he's have to basically drive in order to get these yards. So good job by getting the first down, but they're going to have to open up some bigger holes for him.
I like what I'm seeing from Northeast. They're mixing it up this time. There was, a pass and a run, just like they did their last drive, but they're able to actually convert and get yards.
Yeah, that's their first down of the game.
Puig in the pass off, or in the shotgun, he hands it off.
And that's that Clarksville defense stiffing that play out. He didn't, I don't think he even got any yards on that one. Credit the Clarksville defense. There's about 4 people in that backfield, so everybody's pursuing the ball right now.
Yeah, and if you look at Clarksville, they got a big man right up front, number 82. He's right up there.
Khalil
Smith. That's a big guy. He's 6'6", 320 pounds. So can you imagine running into that?
Well, he's going to clog up a lot of holes, so he's going to make them work for the run yards.
Ball's hand off to number 17.
Caden Robinson. That's a pretty decent game by Caden Robinson. Like I said, it's 3rd down now, so we're going to see what Northeast is going to do. I'm going to assume it's going to be a pass because of the amount of yardage they have to make up, but you never know with Northeast, so we'll see.
That's right. It looks like Puig's in there calling the plays.
With Yamil Marsh in the backfield with him.
Freshman quarterback. He's doing pretty well. You know, it's a lot of pressure coming in as he drops back, and you called it right. Interception by Clarksville, number 13.
Damari Usuri. That was a great read by the defense, but at the same time, it was a bad pass. It looked like the pass was behind the receiver.
Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, his intended receiver don't look like they cut off their route. Or they didn't run the right route, and they went right to Clarksville. So that's the first mistake by the freshman quarterback. Let's hope he don't make any more.
Our first turnover in the game, and it's an interception. Safety came right over the top, and it just looked like he just threw it to the wrong team.
Yeah, but this is a big drive for Northeast because getting down 21-0 is not good for anybody. So their defense is going to have to step up.
Clarksville with the ball. They hand it off to their main man once again, and he is covered by black jerseys. Not getting too far. There's a player hurt in the background, number 61.
Colton Stansberry. You hate to see that, you know, because like I said, these young men, they play this game because they love it at this level, you know. Not only do they love it, some of them will compete for scholarships and stuff like that. So you hate to see anybody get injured when they work so hard to get in this position. I hope he's okay. But while we have a little time, what is your assessment of the game so far?
Right now, I see Clarksville basically still in the running game. They're still hot. They're not being contended at that level of the running game. They're switching it up in the backfield, but they're still able to run. Northeast, they have to find something that's going to work for them on defense. Either they need to switch it up a few or figure out what's going on that's going to help them be successful. You know, they're at home right now, Northeast. It's, if you would, home field advantage, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't feel like an advantage right now. 14-0, and if Clarksville gets this next touchdown, 21-0, that's, you know, something hard to fight back at.
I know their record doesn't show it, but the preseason rankings basically had Clarksville as having one of the best O-lines in the whole city. So I'm not surprised by the holes I'm seeing being opened up by the O-line. That's more credit to them. But at the same time, when you look at the size, Clarksville has some way bigger players on that O-line compared to Northeast D-line. So that can have that can play a factor too.
They certainly do. We talked about the big guy, number 81, the 6'6", 320. As the ball's handed off,
that would look like that was Jamar Cornell.
Number 6, Janari Cornell.
And that was a first down play. So, I mean, he got touched a little early, but he worked hard and got that first down. Good run by Cornell.
1st and 10 with 1:13 left in the first quarter. And right now, Clarksville is having their way, 14-0.
I'm willing to bet this. Oh, first pass of the game.
Nice pressure on the quarterback.
That's like a pass interference. But the referee says no foul on the play. It looked like a lot of grabbing on that play, but referee let it slide.
First, Northeast did a really good job on putting pressure on the quarterback right there.
They also had great coverage downfield because there wasn't a receiver open. I mean, he was trying to throw somebody open, but at the same time, he just wasn't able to complete the pass.
And that came from the pressure. As they line up in I formation, It's handed off to Seth, and he's able to get through a few defenders, and there's a flag on the play.
I'm pretty sure that's a face mask.
Phillips on the carry for
Yeah, I can see it from up here. They definitely grabbed his
play.
face mask. So that's going to be some extra yardage on top of what he already got.
Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, right there. There's the face mask. You can see his head turn. Normally when you see a player head turn like that, somebody got hold of their mask.
See what the referee's called.
Face mask on the defense. Offsetting penalties. We had a personal foul on the
Clarksville. And then a face mask.
Face mask against Northeast.
So with 56 seconds left
It looked like it's right back to 2nd and 10.
in the quarter, the ball doesn't.
Yeah, the ball doesn't move.
The
Yeah,
ball doesn't move because of offsetting penalties. So we're gonna see what Clarksville does out of this down. It's the court. We got a pass play to number 5. As he runs, he gets 3 or 4 defenders to miss, and they can't bring him down.
He's just short of the end zone. Great play by Quante Hicks. I mean, that was a basic short route, as you can see. Let's see what happened on the replay. He runs a comeback route, breaks off on the receiver, breaks 1 tackle, shakes off another defender, breaks the 2nd tackle, carries another defender to about the 2-yard line. Great play by Hicks.
30 seconds on the clock. We're going to see if Clarksville can make it into the end zone before the quarter ends. And it's handoff to Cook again, I believe.
Yeah, that's number.
Clarksville scores right now, and this is where we said. This is where we said it was. Excuse me, number 39, Darian Young. This is exactly where we said Northeast did not want to be.
Yeah, you don't want 21 zip is a big hole, regardless of what kind of team you're playing. There's still a lot of time left in the game, so anything can happen. But man, it's got to be deflating for Northeast right now.
Clarksville lines up for the extra point.
Yeah, Langford's kick
and
is
it's
good.
good.
Yeah.
So now it's 21-0, and now they've dug themselves into a pretty deep hole. Right now the score is 21-0 with 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Make sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
I'm Ferdinand.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Clarksville High just scored their 3rd consecutive touchdown, 21-0, as Browser is back to get the reception. Last time he lined up for the reception. He was able to make it to the 45-yard line. Let's see what he does now. The ball is in the air. Browser back to receive it. And he's off.
It looked like they called a fair catch. Yeah, it's a fair catch on the play. Yeah, it's touchback. Basically touchback. So he placed that at 20-yard line. Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that right there.
Well,
last time you got the ball, you ran it well. You got good field position.
Yeah, we were looking at the touchdown, the last touchdown they had, and it was just a run up the middle. I mean, Clarksville O-line is having their way right now. But Northeast has to put up points. Regardless of the situation, they need to score.
The ball is handed off. Northeast not able to get that far. As the time expires off of the clock, the score for this first quarter is Clarksville High 21, Northeast 0. Stay with us as we return.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary, but I'm a little misunderstood. not a fighter.
I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
With the right support, everyone can reach their full potential because you can't judge a bull by his cover. Learn more at understood.org.
A cool night here at Northeast High School. And second quarter is about to begin. 21-0, Clarksville leads. Northeast really has to step it up before going into the halftime because momentum is so important.
Yeah, right now on this drive, their only objective need to be scoring touchdowns. Field goals at this point ain't gonna matter, so they need to score a touchdown on this drive.
Yeah, not being down 3 touchdowns to 21-0, basically.
We got a flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Let's see what the refs have to say.
Flag before the play.
Flag is probably gonna be a false start. False start.
False start against Northeast.
So that's 5 yards right there. That's not helping Northeast get to where they want to be.
Yeah, right now, you want your leaders to step up and start encouraging the players around them because you don't want them to get their head down and believe they can't come back. You got to believe that you win the game as long as there's time on the clock.
So it's handed off to Browser as he gets to the 30-yard line before he's dragged out of bounds.
That should be a first down.
Bowser on the carry.
Yeah, as you can see, Bowser has speed for days, man. Like, I think he needs to touch the ball a little bit more on this series.
Eagles, first down.
At this point in time, they probably do need to give it to Browser because he's so explosive. Let's see what he can do.
But at the same time, they don't need to go conservative because it looked like they might go conservative to try to keep it out the quarterback's hand because he is a freshman. I seen Peay play last week, and he could throw it. So give him shots. There it is.
There we go. Nice reception by number 11.
Miller. That's a great catch.
To number 11, Jalen Miller.
A nice heads up by the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, let's see what happened on replay. Peay throws the ball. It's a little short, but great reaction time by Miller because he had to come back to the ball. So that's what you want your receivers to do. Spot ball, catch ball. So that's a great play by him.
And let's see what that success with the throwing play. Let's see if they go back to it or if they run the ball. They go to Browser, and he's able to get about a 5-yard gain on that play.
That's a good play. I mean,
Bowser on the carry for Northeast.
like I said, you want 3 to 5 yards on first down.
Picks
Showing
up
up the
about
field,
6 on
showing
the
up the
play.
sticks. That's what you want. So that's a good play.
As long as he's getting towards the end zone, as long as there's progression, what else could you ask for?
Well, Northeast gets the ball at halftime. So if I'm Northeast, I want to score here. I want to try to get a stop and get one more score. At least be down by a touchdown, That way I get the ball back to the game after halftime. That's the goal, if not better. You want that bare minimum, though.
Peay back in the pocket, and he overthrows his receiver just a little bit, but he was still able to get his hands on it.
Yeah, Deshaun Evans, it touched his fingers, so it's slightly overthrown. You'd have liked that to have been a little bit less on the ball, so he could have caught the ball, but at the same time, you got to make certain catches, It's like if the ball touch hand, you got to catch.
Especially in this predicament that they're in, every catch, every inch is important. That brings us to 4th and 4. Northeast is just going to have to punt it off.
I would take a shot here, man. I mean, I get it with the punt, but you haven't been able to stop Clarksville all day, and you're giving them ball back.
Hicks in the backfield, and he has the ball, and he's making a nice return so far. Brought down.
51-yard line looked like.
Hicks on the return.
Like I said, this is, for the rest of this game, Northeast needs to figure out how to stop Clarksville because if Clarksville keeps scoring, we're looking at blowout central here.
Clarksville got good field position once again, and things have just been seeming to go Clarksville way. They're up 3 touchdowns. They run when they want. They pass the ball when they want.
This is old school football. Line up, you get your men, I got my men, and see who's best man out there. It's old school football, running down their throat.
Granger with the handoff to Seth as he gets through, gains about 6 on the play.
Yeah.
Flag on the play.
Phillips on the carry.
Let's
for
see what the
Clarksville
flag
High.
is.
There is a flag on the play.
Looks like a few players out there were getting a little chippy. See what the ref calls.
Personal
foul.
Face mask.
Face mask
On
against the
Northeast.
Eagles.
Ooh, Northeast don't need to help out Clarksville. I mean, they already been running the ball effectively. You don't need to help them out with more yards, you know.
You cannot let frustrations get to you, especially when you're down this much in the game. You have to come together as a team and place that emotion towards winning. Right now, they just gave them 5 yards.
Yes, it's always the little things when it comes to football, you know. The little penalties cost you so much because football is a game of inches, so you don't want to give up anything you don't have to. But like I said, somebody on Northeast going to have to make a play.
The ball's handed off to number 25, Nichols. As he gets a decent gain on the carry.
Well, with the leg that Clarksville kicker have, they're already in field goal range, to be completely honest with you. So I really don't see Clarksville throwing a pass here unless Clarksville just want to catch Northeast off guard, because you do see Northeast safeties already started pushing up a little bit more.
Though they're in field position, if I'm Clarksville's coach, I'm telling them to score, score, score. We don't need a field goal. We want to make sure that we keep them right where they are and just score as much as we can.
Got Hicks on the carry. He looked like he's really close to the first down.
Brought down just short of the first down.
I mean, this O-line is just dominating right now. I mean, I don't know what other word to use besides that.
Is that Hicks still down on the Carnell? Is that number 6, I believe, is down on the play?
Yeah, that's Carnell, looks like. Like I said, you hope for the best for the young man because, man, you don't want to get hurt in a game that you love to play, you know.
The 5'9" fullback has been a great option for Clarksville as they have been switching out their backs each and every play. He's been,
fresh legs.
Yeah, I mean, they're keeping their legs fresh, so let's, hope for their sake that they still have him as an option.
Yeah. And I know for a fact, as you can see on the camera, you see Northeast players paying their respects also to the Clarksville player. They're hoping for the best for him as well. Football's already a tough sport, You go through a lot of training, a lot of working out, a lot of running and stuff like that. And like I said, he's getting up now, and it looked like it might be an ankle injury. Like I said, we hope for the best for the young man.
That's right. He's favoring that left leg as he's helped off the field. But moments ago, we saw Northeast huddle, and the coaches were talking passionately to their guys. If you're their coach, Vernon, what are you saying in that huddle?
Right now, I'm telling them, we're at home. Our families are watching. What kind of message do you want to be sent to them, that we gave up on the game or that we came in here and we dominated? You at home, so you got to step up or they're going to blow you out this water.
Well, I can tell you, Granger and Phillips love the fact that they're in Northeast home and it's going the way that it is. They're not going to give up or let up. As the ball's handed off to Seth, he plows through a bunch of Northeast defenders.
That is the first down.
The carry for Clarksville High.
Like, the running backs get all the glory, but I mean, man, this is a beautiful game to watch when you're looking at these holes. I can't say enough about Clarksville right now. Like, the holes they're opening up right now is just, it's ridiculous. Like, these runners not getting touched until 5 yards deep.
And we have to look at what Clarksville is doing. They're running the ball, but also while they're running the ball, the clock is running out.
Oh, yeah, they're chewing up this clock. Clarksville's in no hurry right now. The clock is on their side. So if anybody should be in a hurry, it would be Northeast. But let's see what happened on the replay. Like, you can see him just fighting for yards. I mean, that's the type of players you want, the ones that going to fight for every inch, because like I said, every inch matters in football.
That's definitely a big back, carrying the ball. It's hard to get him down, but he definitely had power behind him.
Oh, Hicks got a corner.
Hicks runs to the right, and he's finally dragged out. Close to a first down. Let's see what they...
But that was a great open field tackle, though, because without that tackle, he walks in for 7. So
Down about 3 yards shy of a first down.
it's about, they mark him about It looks like about 2 to 3 yards shy of the first down.
So not exactly a first down right now. Clarksville High sits at 3rd and 3 to go. On this play, I'm still going to give it to one of my backs. Just let them run. There's nothing that's changing.
And that's exactly what happens.
The quarterback actually keeps it this time, and he's covered up.
I don't know if he should have kept that one. Looked like he should have handed that one off. Like, I think he made the wrong read on that one. I mean, he didn't gain anything, so now it's 4th down. But, yeah, if you'd have handed that off, it looked like the runner would have been in the end zone, walked in easily.
4th and 3.
Yeah,
Sorry, 4th and 1 on the play. I'm definitely going for it, and if I'm Clarksville, and they're going for it as Peay keeps the ball.
Yeah,
He gets through. Definitely should be a first down. It's a ref motions first down.
So first down, I mean, right now, Northeast got to figure out what they want to do. They got to figure out what they want to do. They got to step up, man. Like, there's nothing more you can say. I mean, they're putting people in the box, so now it's all about game tackling and basically stopping these runners.
Peay decides to keep it again as he's
Touchdown.
tripped up into the end zone, and that's a touchdown.
That's Kobe Cook for the touchdown. That's his 2nd touchdown already today.
Cook on the keeper for Clarksville High.
I mean, now we're looking at soon to be 28 zip. As you see on the replay, you just see Cook just basically getting in the end zone. 28 zip. Man, that's a lot of points to make up, even for a half.
Now pay attention to the clock. It's 6 minutes and 25 to go. Clarksville High did a great job of eating up the clock and scoring touchdowns. There's a flag on the play.
Langford's extra point is good. There is a flag on the play.
But the extra point is good. Let's see what the refs have to say about this. Clarksville has been eating up the clock. It's, more than half of the quarter is already gone.
Yeah.
And each team only had the ball once.
I mean, that's what we like to call time of possession. That's what you want on your side. If you control the time of possession and you're able to run the ball and they can't stop you, you're going to win every game, And that's exactly what Clarksville's doing right now.
The refs huddle up to discuss what happened during that last play. And the ref is letting us know how this penalty will affect the rest of this quarter.
Did he tell us yet? I didn't see anything.
Yeah, it seems like they're still discussing.
All right, here we go. Personal foul on Northeast.
That was a whole lot of talking for that personal foul call.
Yeah, I know, but, refs like to get it right, so you can't really blame them for that. And for what it looks like, it looks like Clarksville gets moved for about
the 45-yard line.
To about the 45-yard line. So, man, they basically going to kick this in the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. So, I don't see them kicking it short to try to get Bowser a chance at returning this.
And once again, Clarksville comes up with the upper hand in this situation. It's not something you want to give them. They're already winning on the scoreboard 28-0. Now they're also chipping away at momentum and energy right now.
Yeah, Northeast going to have to find somebody going to have to basically make a play. Somebody going to make a make. Whether it's a big run, a big pass play, a big catch, whatever you need to do to gain momentum, they need to do it, and they need to do it now.
And that's a touchback. So Northeast will be at the 20 to see what they can make happen with the last 6 minutes of this quarter, last 6 minutes of the half before they go into halftime. They need something to spark them.
If I'm Northeast and I'm going to eat up the clock, I at least want to score a touchdown by halftime, at least one.
And there's a timeout. Clarksville decide to take the timeout.
Yeah, Clarksville must have seen something they didn't like as far as the lineups go. Man, I tell you, give all the credit to Clarksville, I don't know if anybody expected it to be this score this early, you know. Maybe later, but not this early. And Clarksville came out here and basically punched Northeast in the mouth. So Northeast has to respond.
That's right. It might be due to their regional standings. Clarksville is 6th and Northeast sits at 5th. But, I mean, right now you really couldn't tell because it's Clarksville on the board. It's Clarksville with the defense. It's Clarksville with the stop. Even Clarksville is getting into their mental by making them get penalties, offside, personal fouls. Just things that Northeast does not want to do.
Yeah, hey. Sometimes it be that way. I mean, every game is different, you know, because Northeast last week looked completely different from what they look now.
As the ball's handed off, Northeast attempts to run it and doesn't get that big of a gain.
Yeah. I get running the ball at this point, you know, but I don't know if it's really playing for you at this point because every second at this point on is very crucial. So, and then they're not even in a hurry to get snapped the ball, so they're just letting time tick away.
You have to be aware of what time it is, the clock situation, and where you are. As the quarterback drops back into the pocket, he has pressure.
Oh, that's Bowers on the catch. Oh, he's gone.
He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown!
And that was what I was talking about, a momentum play. Bowser just made the big play, and the momentum's back on Northeast side. Let's see what happened on the replay. Look at the patience by Puig. Like, man, he sat in that pocket for a while. And then Bowser adjusted to the ball, and then after that, he was just gone. Like, nobody touched him after that, and you're not catching him with none but green in front of him.
Heads up play for Bowser to run. It looks like he had to come back on his route. So he heads up play to know where the ball is, to make sure that he's turning around and has his head up and looking for the ball.
Yeah, I mean, the ball was slightly underthrown, but at the same time, it was still a catchable ball. And Bowser made the catch, and Bowser made the play. So
they're going to go for 2 on this play, and the ball is
it slipped
deflected.
out his hand. Yeah, it looked like it slipped out his hand. Yeah. So what I know from watching previous Northeast games, they don't kick the ball. They don't kick extra points. Every time they score, they go for 2. So we're going to see a lot of that if they score any more points. They're not going to kick a field goal. I can tell you that now. But at the same time, every point counts. 28-6 now instead of 28-7. But I don't know what the situation is. I just know they don't kick field goals.
Very good momentum switch for Northeast to get on the board. We talked about how important it was for them as we look at this replay.
The touchdown one more time.
It's a nice hesitation pass, and he finally sees his man, and he gets it to him. The 2 defenders actually collide into one another.
Yeah, because you have one on Bowser, and the other one was playing over the top. So when Bowser came back, he made him collide. He was just walking after that. So let's see if that's the momentum that Northeast needs right now, because now they're going to need to get stops on defense. So now it's the defense turn to make a play.
It was definitely the spark that the crowd needed. You have the student section on their feet as they're all in pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is October, Breast Cancer Awareness. As you notice, some of the players are wearing pink as well, and Bowser sporting the pink arm sleeve with the pink gloves.
Yeah, Breast Cancer Awareness every October. I love the awareness it brings to the situation, you know. Doesn't get no better than that. Like a short kick.
Ballinger with the reception. He's able to get to the 40-yard before he's knocked out. There was a nice block on that play.
Yeah, man. The short kicks, though, it's like, man, I don't want to give Clarksville no more field position I have to give them. Let's see what happened on replay. Yeah, it's a short kick, like really short. Lands about the 20-yard line. And look at this block by number 21. Yeah, that was a great block.
I mean, it looked like he got the short end because he fell on the floor, but he was able to slow up the defender.
Look,
and that's all that matters. As long as your guy can get away from the defender.
That's all you care about. Nobody cares if you end up on your butt. Do you seal that block? Do you open up a hole for your offensive player? That's all you care about.
The ball is on the 39. 1st and 10 for Clarksville High. Seth in the backfield. Peay in shotgun formation.
That's a handoff to.
That looks like Hicks.
Hicks on the carry for
Yeah,
Clarksville High School.
he looked like he got about what, 2 to 3 yards.
Brought down for a very short gain on the play.
Clarksville again with the run game. Not in a hurry to get the ball down the field as they sit 28-6.
Why would they be? You know, the way Clarksville feels right now, because every time they touch the ball, they have scored. They feel like they can't be stopped. So I'm going to take my time and run it down your throat if you can't stop me.
And that's what they do as the reception runs right up the middle. Nobody's able to pull him down until he gets to the 45-yard line. That's number 26.
Gabe Smith.
On the carry for Clarksville High
Let's
School.
see what happened on replay.
Brought down by
Look, he
number
does
7,
not get
Malik
touched.
Rumble.
Look, he's about 15 yards. 15 yards before he gets touched.
And if you notice, it's his offensive line with the great blocks creating a hole as you look at their size. Look how big they are. As it looks like a Northeast player is down on the field. A lot of injuries tonight, Vernon.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit cooler, so maybe people not drinking enough water like they should be, but at the same time, it's a physical game. I mean, Clarksville been lining up and basically running the ball down their throat, so it's getting hit in the mouth over and over again. So it's a physical ball game, so you expect to see some injuries. You don't like them, but, I mean, it happens.
As it's 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half. Northeast able to get on the board during their last drive, and it's off a pass play, which they have been going back and forth, and they've been running it, but this time they were able to get Bowser open and pretty much by himself once the two defenders collided.
I'm going to tell you what I see from Northeast. Like, the only positive plays they have gotten so far in this game has been when the ball touched Jalen Bowser's hand. So if I'm Northeast, I want to get him a little bit more touches, you know.
Well, that's right. The Coach Clark said that Bowser is an explosive player, and every time the ball touches his hand, something good happens.
Yeah, so I don't want to overwork him, but, I mean, man, we need you right now. It's 28-6.
You know, Bowser is a junior. So at this point, he knows that there are going to be games where he has to step up for his team. He might be tired, he might be sore or banged up the next day, but that's what happens when you're a key player and you have to make sure that you're doing everything you can to get your team a win, especially in this type of situation. A regional game that's very important. They sit at 5th in their region, and Clarksville is at 6th, so they have to make sure that, you know, they're able to put themselves in a position to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, top 4 teams from each region go to the state playoff. So both of these teams are on the outside looking in. So they need some victories to go their way, you know, and this is the beginning of that. Also, as a junior, you become a leader, you know, and from what I've seen, it looked like Bowser's leading by example, you know, and you just will hope that his teammates will follow that example, because it shouldn't have to be one person when it's 11 people lining up on each side of the ball, you know. It should be a team effort. But you do have some people who just need to lead, be like, hey, everybody, follow me, and I will go, you know. So he looks to be that type of guy, and he's just got to get the rest of his teammates to believe at this point.
Yeah, even though he is getting the ball and he's reacting to his number being called every time, there's people on the offensive line who are stepping up, who are making those holes, who are providing the quarterback with time in the pocket to get off that pass for the touchdown that they were able to get. So it's interesting to see where they go at this time, as the Clarksville player on the field is receiving more medical attention.
Well, we got an ambulance
There's
coming
an
in
ambulance
here.
coming out.
Oh.
We just hope that he'll be okay.
Yeah.
Especially at this point in the season. This is where these games really matter. But more than games, it's life. You know, life after football, we want to make sure that this guy is able, you know, to still function. So we hope everything is okay. And we're going to send it to a commercial break. Make sure to stay tuned to APSU-TV.
How will you lead to a better future? Will you lead through life-changing innovations? Or will your leadership shine through the quality of your work? Success is defined by the individual. So it's time to think about the person you want to be and where you will learn to lead through excellence. It's time to become a governor at Austin Peay.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
French fries. Finding best potatoes.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat mangoes and bananas.
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
And welcome back to Northeast as Prince Warfield was trying to make a tackle and he was kneed into the helmet. So he's being carried off right now in a very class act thing to do.
Yeah, it is. He's waving his arm, so he's showing everybody that he's at least okay. All you could do is give him best wishes at this point. He was trying to make a tackle. On.
So there was Northeast player Walter Gooch who was being carried off on the stretcher. He was trying to make the tackle and he was kneed in the head. So they're looking at a head neck injury right now.
Yeah, like I said, best wishes to the young man. I mean, you hope for the best.
Number 10, Dante Jarrett, went out to check on his teammate to make sure he was okay right before we came back from break. This type of thing can be very shaking or moving because it could be any play for anybody out there on the field, any given play, any given day.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be very, very tough to see one of your teammates carried off the field this way.
I mean, this is one of those harsh realities of football. You know, you don't like to see them, and you hope you don't see them too often, but they do happen. You know, it's a physical game. You know, people get hit in the head all the time. People are launching themselves into other people. So you hate to see it, and like I said, it's just one of those things where you just hope that he's good, and you hope that he recovers from this.
With recent studies and research showing how physical and dangerous this game is, there are procedures that teams are starting to take to make sure their kids, high school, college, pro levels, to make sure they don't get, concussions, and to make sure they take care of them, because they're now just seeing the effects of football. You have older players who are retired from the game, who've played in the pro level, and now we're able to see what happens when you have a head injury or something like this happens. But make sure to stay with us. We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Play Eric Amarola's Race Day Mix.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Listen up, Ohio Valley Conference fans. ESPN's mission is to serve sports fans anytime, anywhere. And now with ESPN Plus, fans can get access to thousands of live events and original programming for only $4.99 a month. That means you can finally watch more sports from the Ohio Valley Conference anytime, anywhere on all your favorite devices. To access ESPN Plus, download the ESPN app or visit ESPN.com and just tap on the Start My 7-Day free trial to get started. ESPN Plus, more sports, more conferences, more schools, more universities, more teams. Download the ESPN app or visit ESPN.com today.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Welcome back to Northeast High School as the freshman Walter Gooch has been carried off in a stretcher. Right now we're waiting until the game continues. There's 4 minutes to go left in this half, Vernon.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, Walter Gooch is actually one of their main returners. He's an explosive runner, and as a freshman, you just hate to see that, you know. But we still have the ambulance on the field as of now, and we're just waiting for, once the ambulance removed, we can resume play.
Now we're going to see how this affects the game. As I said, there's 4 minutes left, 4:50 left on the clock before half, but we have actually been waiting for about 15 minutes now. So we're going to see how this affects the momentum for Northeast High School.
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, it's not going to affect Clarksville any because now they're rested, you know. So the whole thing now is, do Northeast rally for their teammate? That's the big question, because if that was my teammate, I would want to do something for him, you know. Let him show him that we're playing for him now. So now they have that extra motivation. Let's see if they use it.
Like you said, this can be a positive thing for the momentum, or this could be a negative thing. Seeing one of your teammates pulled out on the stretcher can be very hard mentally, but we're going to see how they react once we return. Make sure to stay tuned to APSU-TV.
Your girls have been with you through every moment of your life. They were with you when you felt unbreakable, and with you when you had your heart broken. They were with you when you shared your love with the world, and with you when she became your world. They're still with you right now. But how well do you know them? You don't know my name.
Y'all boys ready? Yeah! Y'all boys ready? Yeah! I said G! Yeah, I said O! Yeah, I said B! Yeah, I said S! Yeah, you too! Yeah, you too! Yeah, APSU! Hard work on me, hard work on 3, 1, 2, 3. Hard work!
Welcome back. Gooch just carried off of the ambulance. As the ambulance begin to roll, both sides of the field begin to clap. And we're going to see what Clarksville do as they have the ball on the 40-yard line.
They're going to run the ball. Let's be honest about this. We know what they're going to do.
And you called it correct as the quarterback keeps it unable to get anywhere. No gain on the play.
It looked like he made the wrong read on that one. Because, I mean, he was supposed to hand that ball off because it looked like it was a hole already ready for the runner. But because he kept it, was nowhere for him to go. So, good defense by Northeast.
It did look like a misread as Ranger kind of went into a circle. He didn't know where his back was, so he kind of turned around in a circle. And in a result of it, they're still on the 40-yard line.
Yep.
This time it looks
Same
like the
play.
same play, but he was able to get it off to the correct player.
Yeah, but Northeast had that sniffed out, so.
There's a flag on the play. As Seth trots off to the sideline.
Let's see what this flag is about. It looked like it might be against Clarksville. Personal foul on Clarksville. Yep, so now Clarksville about to take a walk. I mean, this works in Northeast favor, so if I'm Northeast, you need 2 more stops and you get the ball back and try to put up another score before half, you know? So this is a big drive for Northeast defense.
It really is. There's 3 minutes and 55 seconds left on the clock. Enough time to stop Clarksville and enough time to score if you do it correctly. Right now it's 3 and 25. Clarksville has the ball. Free back, and there's pressure on the quarterback. He rolls to
Nowhere to
his
go.
left. He's able to get it off before the sack comes.
Great pursuit by the Northeast defense. They got penetration. They got in the backfield, and they chased him out that pocket. And great coverage downfield because he had nobody to throw it to, so he had to throw the ball away. Great play overall by Northeast. Let's see what happened on replay. As you can see, Geringer takes the snap. He's looking nowhere. There go the pressure. And then he just bolts. And he still have nobody, so he has to throw it away. Great defense.
Have to get red. He did a good job by getting rid of the ball.
Well, we about to get a punt here, so Northeast going to have their chance. Oh, that's a good punt.
Ball's up in the air, and it's Bowser with the ball as he cuts on the inside.
There he goes.
To the outside, and he's off to the races as he tight lines.
Every time this kid touches the ball, is something positive happens. Like I said, at this point, just get this man the ball, man.
Great field position, and this is what I was talking about for the momentum switch. We talked about how the injury to the Northeast player could be a positive or a negative thing. We said they needed a stop, and right now we're going to see if they're able to convert this stop that they got into a touchdown.
Yeah, they completed part 1 of the play, so part 2 is a score.
Got the quarterback.
Give it to Bowser again.
Bowser with the ball, comes up with the ball.
That's the first time Bowser got stopped short of 15 yards, so that was a pretty decent run, but, I mean, that was good defense by Clarksville.
Good defensive stop by Clarksville.
See what happened on replay. Like, Bowser had nowhere to go, really, and that was just a great open field tackle by Clarksville. It was like, if you make those, it's hard for looser players to get out in space.
Free back in the pocket. He has time before he's...
Oh, what a catch by Vereen. Mario Vereen. That was all effort by Mario Vereen. He had to come back for that ball, and not only did he have to come back for it, he had to take it out of the defender's hands. So, hey, give these wide receivers credit right now.
He was covered by 2 defenders, but he didn't give up. He made sure to fight for the ball, and he was able to do so while standing in bounds.
It looks like Northeast is ready to fight now.
I believe they got the spark that they needed with 2 minutes left on the clock. Pew back in the pocket again. He's trying to go.
Pressure caused that incompletion.
Unable to get to him. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, the pressure at Clarksville on that one caused that incompletion. He didn't have as much time as he wanted to set his feet, so great defense by Clarksville.
2nd and 10. 2 minutes and 37 seconds on the clock before we go to half. Pew is in shotgun. Pressure on the quarterback.
That's the Bowser. First down. The only thing I would say on that play is Peay got to get a little bit less air on that, because I feel like if he would have got that ball down a little bit more, Bowser would have had more time to run. So, good play. Let's see what happened on replay. Yeah, as you see, the ball's in the air for a little bit, and then Bowser's basically waiting on it. If he would have got that open, Bowser could have cut back and probably walked in the end zone, you know. But it's a good play. First down. You take him every time.
the ball being in the air might have something to do with Clarksville pressing. He almost was sacked.
Yeah.
He had to get that ball out of his hands.
Yeah, Clarksville's coming. Clarksville not going to just let you score on them. They're coming.
As the refs are seeing, we're waiting on the refs right now as time is rolling off of the clock, and the Northeast fans aren't happy about it.
The ref still has the clock running, and the ref has control of the clock, so they're going to probably have to put some more time back on this clock because the clock is still running. Yeah, and the refs still haven't stopped it.
Let's see if they make an adjustment before the ball is snapped.
I think the ref just spotted it. I think they're about to change the clock right now. Like the refs is, yeah, it looks like the refs are catching it. I think they're going to put time back on the clock. Okay, I think it's going to go back to 2:27 on the clock.
Which should make the Northeast fans happy. They were all looking back here as if people in the press box control the time on the clock. So the clock is reset, 2 minutes and 27 seconds with Northeast on the 8-yard line.
But that could work against Northeast too, you know, because as close they are to the end zone, they score really quickly. You still give Clarksville time to do another score, so that could work against them.
That's true. That's another stop they would have to come up with.
Yeah. Let's see if Northeast can put this ball in the end zone.
As Peay is he's directing his guys and telling them what to do, but looks like Northeast head coach is going to come out and speak to the official about the time on the clock.
Yeah, Coach Clark is kind of wondering why the clock was running in the first place, but I think he wants less time on the clock because if I'm the coach, I'm like, I don't want to get his ball back to him with 2 minutes left, you know? It looked like we're about to get a timeout.
So it's a timeout on the field. It looks as if, yes, so the Eagles called the timeout. They have one more timeout this half.
Yeah, it was a bit of confusion on the field as far as like, was the clock supposed to be running, was it not? I mean, the refs control the clock, so they let the clock run down to 1:07, but then they realized it, and they reset the time back to 2:27, so everything's figured out now.
There might have been a jersey issue as number 52 on the Northeast team.
They don't have a number 52. Now, maybe that was the issue.
So there was 2 players on the Northeast team who had the same number, so they had to correct that. And now there's a number 52 on Northeast team.
Yeah, it had a little jersey issue. You can't have 2 players with the same jersey, obviously, for identification purposes, you know.
That might be a little confusing.
Yeah, confused us up here.
Sure did. 1st and 8 to go for Northeast Eagles as they're in the red zone, and they really need this touchdown before they go into half. As Peay sits back in the shotgun, he's in the pocket. He has time. He gets rid of it to the back of the end zone, and it is deflected nearly.
That was deflected by Seth Phillips. I mean, with one hand, he's still out there making all the plays. You gotta love this kid.
I mean, he's not letting that broken finger get to him as we look at the replay.
Yeah, Puig does what he's supposed to do. He steps up in the pocket and Phillips just makes a play, you know, because if he's not there, that's a touchdown.
Call him the one-handed man. He's still getting it done.
Hey, that's why I said football got a lot to do with heart, you know.
2nd and goal for the Eagles. Peay sits back in the pocket and gets rid of it before the defense comes up.
That's a touchdown by Sean Evans.
That's the senior slot receiver. Let's take a look at the replay pressure.
I mean, that was a great pass by Puig because he got it over the defenders and only his person was in that vicinity to catch that ball. And Deshaun Evans just made somebody miss and walked in the end zone. So great play overall.
Now here we go for the 2-point conversion. As you pointed out earlier,
they do not kick field goals.
And right now they're not. They're sticking with that. But at this point in the game, if I was Northeast team, I would also go for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, you need every point.
Yeah, headed into the second half as Peay puts it up.
Oh, it looked like he dropped that. It's no good. No good.
The ref signals no good.
The Vereen got his hands on it, but then all of a sudden the defense hit him and he ended up dropping the ball and didn't complete the catch. So it's no good. It was a good play, just couldn't complete it.
Very good play and very good drive that took up about only 2 minutes. If you look at it, it was 4:50 on the clock after the injury happened. As we take a look at another look at the replay
Of the touchdown by Deshaun Evans. Like I said, great pass by Puig, and Deshaun Evans just walks in the end zone.
So a very quick play, or a very quick scoring drive for Northeast. 4:50 on the clock after the injury takes place. Northeast gets a stop. As we talked about, they were able to convert the stop to a touchdown. And now it seems that they're in a pretty decent spot headed into the halftime, but there's still 2 minutes left, 2:14 left on the clock before it's halftime.
Yeah, so we're going to see what Clarksville want to do here. If Clarksville's comfortable just going in up 28-12, they're probably going to run a couple plays and take a knee, and then go into halftime. But if Clarksville's trying to score here, this could get very interesting because 2 minutes is a lot of time.
It is. As you said, you weren't sure that you would want, as number 52 kicks the ball off.
Oh, it's a fumble. It looked like it's recovered by Northeast, but we got to see which way the Bruss rule it.
And the ref points towards Northeast. This is what they needed, the momentum. So far, this has been working in their favor. They get the stop, they get the touchdown, and they force a fumble.
Oh, yeah, momentum is definitely on Northeast side. Yeah, the refs ruling for Northeast. Northeast football. Everything Northeast needs to go right for them is going right for them right now. Let's see what happened on replay. So as you can see, it's a short kick, and it's caught by a Clarksville player. And look at this hit. The hit jars the ball loose, and as you can see, a Northeast player jumped on it immediately. Great play by Northeast.
That was number 54, Cameron Jackson, was able to punch the ball out on the tackle. Now Northeast is on the 35-yard line. Let's see what they can do.
With 2 minutes left, they got plenty of time to score again.
Low snap.
Oh, it's a fumble.
But Power was able to pick up the ball. No gain on the play.
Oh, man. Northeast has to calm them down a little bit now because that could have went back against them. It's still 1:54 and counting, but Northeast need to calm down a little bit, execute, and go ahead and get this touchdown to go on to halftime.
That brings us to 2nd and 12 with 1:40 on the clock.
And Northeast doesn't seem like they're in a hurry, and I'm wondering why right now.
Who sets back in shotgun and he throws it.
To Vereen. To Mario Vereen with a catch. That's the first down.
Now Vereen's on the field flexing. Look at him. Show it off, big man. Now, if you remember, a few plays ago, he was able to catch the ball and stay in bounds. So now they're just giving it back to the man who's making things happen for them.
Yeah, and this is a whole new ball game right now.
That was enough for a first down. Northeast on the 20-yard line. The ball's up in the air.
Oh, that's definitely a good catch.
Another first down for the Eagles with 1:04 to go.
That was completed. Number 10, Dante Jarrett. And did you see the way Puig threw him open? Like, before he turned around, the ball was already there. That's the type of quarterback you like.
Time running down on the clock. The ball's handed off to Browser. He's covered up.
I don't know if I would have done that. I think they was trying to catch him off guard because they've been throwing the ball. So they tried to run, but, man, the time, precious seconds. I don't know if I would have did that. Keep the ball in Puig's hand right now. He's rolling. Let him keep going.
Bowser has to come off of the field because his helmet was taken off. So the Eagles will take their last timeout.
Timeout, Northeast.
To make sure.
And I tell you what, I mean, that's a good timeout. You didn't want the clock to run out on you. So here's what should happen, right? Northeast is at the what? Basically the 15-yard line.
They're at the 10. Ball's on the 10.
So if Northeast scores here, right, that leaves probably 30-something seconds. I don't see Clarksville throwing the ball to try to get another score. I see Clarksville taking the knee going to halftime. So if Northeast scores here, they get the ball after halftime. This can possibly be, if they get a 2-point conversion, a 1-score game going into half. So we're going to see.
Which is very impressive because Northeast was down 21-0. And we talked about how difficult it is, how they dug themselves into the hole deeper by penalties, by letting Clarksville do whatever they want. And we're going to see if they're able to get this score before the time runs off. 44 seconds on the clock. Pew in the pocket. And
that's the interception.
He puts it up and into the wrong hands. Clarksville able to get that one. It's number 15. Kobe Cook.
The quarterback with the interception. Oh, you know, quarterbacks know what you're looking for because if they play quarterback, they know how your eyes roll. And he looked like he probably eyeballed that receiver the whole time, and Kobe Cook just walked in the middle of it. Let's see what happened on replay. Well, that's what you saw on the replay. But so like I was saying, the quarterback comes make an interception. Now what is Clarksville going to do? Is Clarksville going to be happy going in up 28-12, or are they going to go for more? We're going to see right here.
That's right. If I was Clarksville, you know, it's a hard call right here. You're already up 28-12.
Well, it's not really that hard, though, because they're at the 5-yard line. You're not taking no knee on the 5-yard line. You're running this ball right now. Because you mess up, they get the ball. That's touchdown.
Very good point.
Well, they did take a knee right there. That's interesting on the 2-yard line.
And they're going to wait.
I don't think Northeast has no timeouts to stop the clock, so the clock should be able to run out here.
And that's probably going to do it for first half as time runs out on the clock. Our first half score is, if the clock stops at 14 seconds, Clarksville will have another snap before we go into half. And they're probably just going to knee it again. Let's see what
that's the half.
That's the half. Officials let the clock run out. And that's going to do it for our first half here at Northeast. Score, Clarksville high, 28, Northeast 12.
And I tell you what, if it wasn't for that last interception, this game would have been so much more interesting. But Northeast not out of it, as we already see. They almost scored 21 points right there in one quarter, so we'll see what happens.
It's enough to take them into the locker room on a positive note, though. It's not where they want to be, but it's better than where they were before. Clarksville able to get 2 touchdowns, able to get some impressive stops, some nice catches, and they're able to get their crowd into it too. That's a big thing, a huge thing on momentum.
Yeah, so, I mean, when it comes down to it, the second half is going to dictate who wins this ball game. Because if Clarksville O-line is able to dominate like they did in that first half, I don't know if Northeast has enough, because they're going to have to keep stopping them. But when it comes down to it, 28-12, a Northeast player gets hurt. They start momentum for him. They're playing for him at this point. You could tell, like, their attitude completely changed after the guy got hurt. So, we'll see.
That's right. We talked about how an injury like that can be a negative thing or a positive thing. Right now, they're letting that fill them in a good way. They've had stops. They've had a conversion. They've made it to the end zone after the injury, and it's tough seeing one of your own teammates being carried off the field in the stretcher. We hope that the young man's okay. We hope that everything is going fine for him as they give him the proper medical attention that he needs.
Yeah, so 28-12. But I'm going to tell you what, I think that last interception might come back to bite them, though, because being that close in scoring position, you want points. You're down 28-0, so you want points.
All right, and that does it for the half.
28-12.
Clarksville leads Northeast here on this nice Friday night. Be sure to stay tuned to APSU-TV. We'll be right back.
The Department of Communication at APSU is unique in providing students hands-on experience from the first day they enter the classroom. The award-winning sports broadcasting program covers almost all sporting events for the Govs and Lady Govs. So how is Austin Peay's sports broadcasting program different than the others? All of the broadcasts are ran by the students.
I discovered the sports broadcasting concentration, and 4.5 years later, it's been an awesome experience. Since game one, they put me on a camera. I got that experience immediately.
With this program, we learn so many positions. We learn every position, really, whether it's play-by-play or in the control room with replay, technical director, even being a producer.
I learned different positions, not just camera work. I learned inside the production studio, outside the production studio. I know how to be in front of a camera and also behind the cameras.
Some would say that the most important person of a broadcast is the camera operator. They are the ones who are giving the viewers what they want to see.
Having good camera work from a broadcast is basically what you see is what the audience see.
Replay is so important for the game because it gives the fans another perspective. It gives them more engaged into the broadcast. You know, when a great play happens, the fans, they want to see it again. They want to see it in slow motion. They want to see it from different angles.
It benefited me totally. It molded me to a better person just overall.
The experience can actually be topped anywhere else. The things that I've been able to do at Austin Peay have been awesome.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary. But I'm a little misunderstood. Sorry, I almost killed you. We've all been misunderstood. I'm not a fighter.
I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
With the right support, everyone can reach their full potential because you can't judge a bull by his cover. Learn more at understood.org.
How will you lead to a better future? Will you lead through life-changing innovations, or will your leadership shine through the quality of your work? Success is defined by the individual. So it's time to think about the person you want to be and where you will learn to lead through excellence. It's time to become a governor at Austin Peay.
Listen up, Ohio Valley Conference fans. ESPN's mission is to serve sports fans anytime, anywhere. And now with ESPN Plus, fans can get access to thousands of live events and original programming for only $4.99 a month. That means you can finally watch more sports from the Ohio Valley Conference anytime, anywhere on all your favorite devices. To access ESPN Plus, download the ESPN app or visit ESPN.com and just tap on the Start My 7-Day free trial to get started. ESPN Plus, more sports, more conferences, more schools, more universities, more teams. Download the ESPN app or visit ESPN.com today.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Welcome back to Northeast versus Clarksville High School. Right now, we're joined with a special guest, Kentel Williams, senior running back for the Austin Peay Governors. Thanks so much for joining us, Kentel.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, of course. Tell us what you've seen out here for the first half.
I've seen pretty much a lot of turnovers from both teams. If both teams could cut the turnovers down, I feel like it'll be a pretty good game, especially for Northeast. They just threw a big pick going in before the half, so if they can minimize all those interceptions, fumbles, and stuff like that, then I feel like the game will go smoothly.
So, being a running back, I know you appreciated how Clarksville O-line looked out there. Tell me what you've seen from them.
They got some big guys down there. I seen a couple of the guys on the roster 6'6", 6'3", 6 foot and above, and they have a lot of good heavy guys out there. So, I mean, if I was the running back, I would love running behind those guys.
Right. So the score is 28 to 12. Clarksville does lead right now. But however, let's take it to Austin Peay football. You guys had a very huge win, one of the biggest in conference right now. You guys beat Jacksonville State, who they are
they were ranked 11th.
Ranked 11th, and also the conference champ 5 years in a row. Tell us about that game.
I mean, it means a lot to us as the players because going in, I mean, everybody in the OVC been wanting to beat Jacksonville. That was their first loss in countless games that they had in the OVC. I mean, it just means a lot to us as players and a lot to our program with beating at Jacksonville.
And I know that was a big victory, but how did y'all feel to see that the coaches poll didn't give y'all enough respect after that victory? To see SEMO ranked 25th and Jacksonville State go down to 20th, but y'all still not ranked after being such a tough team like that?
I mean, all I got to say to that is that we're Austin Peay. A lot of teams, a lot of people around the nation still don't respect us as a team, and we just got to continue to keep applying that pressure to make teams feel us more and more and more.
Yeah. So, what is your outlook for the rest of the season? Like, what are you trying to do individually? Like, what's your goals?
I mean, my individual goal is to finally get a ring because, like she said earlier, this is my senior year, so that's always a big accolade to get as an individual and also as a team. So my outlook on the rest of the season just complete the season with a winning record, compete in the playoffs, and hopefully win those national championships.
Now, you guys have a new coach in Mark Hudspeth, and he's doing an amazing job thus far, getting wins that beating teams that we haven't beat since 1979. Yes, very, very huge win. Tell me, what do you like about him as a leader for this team?
I like the aggression that he came in as a head coach because he knows that in order for changes to happen, you have to be willing to make changes. You have to be willing to have your players be bought into your system. So he came in with a new standard, and a lot of players bought into it. So I just like his leadership overall. I like how he don't hold nobody less than his standard.
That's right. Now the standard is the standard at Austin Peay. Tell us about this game coming up Saturday against SEMO.
Oh, it's a big game, of course. There's a lot of talk going around about SEMO. They have a good football team this year. They have All-American linebacker who led in the FCS in multiple categories. So it's going to be a good test for us as a team.
That's right. So CMO's coming in. Is there anything you want to say to the fans? Any shout outs you want to make?
Tune in to the all-white game next Saturday. We got Seymour at home. Be there, be square, man.
All right, that's good. We'll be back right after these commercial breaks.
Your girls have been with you through every moment of your life. They were with you when you felt unbreakable, and with you when you had your heart broken. They were with you when you shared your love with the world, and with you when she became your world. They're still with you right now. But how well do you know them?
Y'all boys ready? Yeah. Y'all boys ready? Yeah. I said G. Yeah, I said O. Yeah, I said B. Yeah, I said S. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, APSU. Hard work on me. Hard work on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hard work.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary, but I'm a little misunderstood. Sorry, I almost killed you. You've all been misunderstood. I'm not a fighter.
I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
With the right support, everyone can reach their full potential because you can't judge a bull by his cover. Learn more at understood.org.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
A lot of editing.
Welcome back to Northeast. It is halftime, and the Clarksville High School Wildcats sit on top 28 as Northeast Eagles. They have 12. Vernon, it's been an interesting game so far in the
Yeah, absolutely. Like we was mentioned multiple times, Northeast started playing for injured teammate. So second half is the biggest question we're gonna have, you know, because we know what Clarksville is gonna do. They're gonna get behind that big old line. Oh, can North? Did they dig themselves too deep of a hole?
And here are the highlights from the first half.
And you see that was the big reception touchdown by Jalen Bowser. And that boy, he can run. So once he gets the ball, he's out of there.
We've said it over and over tonight. He's explosive, and when he gets his hands on the football, something good happens.
And it's the touchdown run by Kobe Cook on a read option.
You know, and here we have the kickoff, and it's
the big return by Jalen Bowser. As you see, look at these cuts. I mean, cuts and speed.
Yeah, super explosive. You know, and it was back and forth. It seemed close to the end, you know, as Northeast, they tried to do something.
And
but
you see Peay throw an INT on this one right here because he overthrew his receiver.
In Clarksville, you know, of course they have something to say. They answer back with a touchdown of their own quarterback.
These touchdowns, Evans.
Man, I have a place to be, and it's called the end zone. He had a reservation for 6.
And this is the fumble on the kickoff that gave Northeast all the momentum.
You know, that happened right after the injury. They had a stop, and then we said they need to convert their stop into offensively, and that's what they did. Once they got this fumble recovery, they just let momentum carry them on.
Yeah, but the end result of this play is what we're going to see next.
You see, as the players and the coaches get into it. I don't know about you, Vernon, but I love to see a coach celebrating just as much as a player.
But you do not want to see that because they needed that touchdown, and that might come in costly later on.
Especially close to the end of the quarter right there. They really needed that touchdown, but, you know, like you said, we'll see right here in about a minute how Northeast will respond to go into half. You know, sometimes the halftime break may be too much because players and their legs, sometimes they get cold. They don't stay warm, but we'll see during the half and see if they can implement it in the second half.
Yeah, I've seen two sides to halftime. I've seen teams go into halftime losing, then they coach make adjustments, and then the team comes back out and dominate. I've seen that, but also seen teams go into a halftime and come back out and forget how to play. So we're going to see.
That's true, and Northeast fans are trying for that not to happen, trying to keep that from happening, as, you know, we see fans up clapping and making sure they're there to support their team emotionally, because a football game is physical just as much as it is mental, and you can let the emotions of the game either affect you in one or two ways.
Yeah, absolutely. When you talk about the mental is not making silly penalties by offsides, false starts like that, paying attention to detail when the ball gets snapped. Make sure you're running the right route. That's the mental part of it. The physical is, as a DB, if you keep hitting these big running backs over and over and over again, how much of that can you take before you tap? Or can you just keep pushing through it in order to get this win? So we're going to see what's going to happen here. We're about to get set for kickoff.
That's right. You know, seeing what you can take physically, it all starts in the summer. It all starts after that last game of last season. How did you prepare for this game? Did you take a few months off, or were you in the gym? Were you watching film? Were you preparing as if it was still the season? You know, there are no off seasons, as you hear some athletes say, and those are the great athletes, the ones who can respond to their number being called time after time, play after play. Those are the ones who will carry their team no matter how tired they are, because yes, that's physical, but that's a mental aspect. It's mind over matter. As we get ready for the second half, Clarksville is going to kick it off to Northeast. Let's see who gets the ball and how this half turns out.
Yeah, we got Jalen Bowser and Malik Rummel back there to receive.
The ball is up.
Is really good.
Yeah, that's a nice one. And Bowser with the ball. It seems that his foot, the back of his heel, might have been in the end zone, but, you know, the officials didn't call anything.
Looked like he got about 2 more yards than what he would have been spotted at if it had been a touchback. So that's a good play. Let's see what happened on replay.
If you pay attention to that back, well, we weren't able to get it on film, but it seemed as if his back right foot was in the end zone.
Let's see what type of mental state Puig is in when he come in at quarterback, because they need him to forget that last interception and get back to what he was doing before that.
That's right. You know, there's a such thing as player amnesia. If you mess up on a play, forget it and make up for it on the second play. As Bowser tight ropes the sideline, he's able to get to about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, about a 15-yard. Bowser's hard to take down, it looked like, because once he get the ball, he makes one cut and then that speed kicks in, and man, he's a hard player.
He's gone. He's like, he turns on his burners, they call him.
They call him the burners. I call him the dang Sonic the Hedgehog.
Call that man Lightning McQueen. Speed, I am speed. 1st and 10 for the Northeast Eagles. Puig in the pocket. He gets rid of it quick to number 1.
To Mario Vereen. If Vereen look like he's gone.
And there's no one in front of him as he runs into the end zone untouched.
That right there was good blocking, missed tackling. Let's see what happened on replay. At first, I thought the ball was thrown a little too high, but it didn't seem that way, because as you can see, Vereen's just stiffs on one defender, and look at the blocking downfield by his teammate, and after that, he's just gone off to the races. Great play by Northeast. This is exactly what they needed to get back in this game.
If there's anyone to throw the ball a little too high, it would be him. He's a nice-sized receiver, and he has great hands. As we saw in the first half, he was able to catch the ball and stay in bounds with balance. So he's a really athletic player, and he was able to correct that pass.
Northeast credit. They was down 28-zip.
For the two-point conversion, he goes to the right. Let's see if he made it.
It's a flag on the play.
And the officials say no good, but let's see what this penalty is. No good.
Is against Northeast.
Yeah, normally that's a hold. So, yeah, two-point conversion is no good for Northeast. And, man, you wish they had a kicker. Like, they lost what? This is their third touchdown, and 3 points off the board. This could be a 7-point game now. Instead, it's a two-possession game.
That's true. And in games like this, every point you get is important because a game like this will go down to the wire. And points like that, you cannot have any unanswered points, or you cannot make drives and not score. You know, they scored, but they were unable to get the conversion, which is their third attempt. So they walk away with only 6 instead of 7, and in the long run, that could hurt them.
Yeah, right now they're 0-3 on two-point conversion, so that's not a good rate at this point.
It's not a good rate at all, and right now we sit at 18. Northeast, Clarksville 28. We got number 57, Patrick Moody. You know, he's a big kicker. He's able to get the ball in the air as Clarksville cook. Sorry.
Elijah
Magai with the reception.
And it looked like he went a little bit backwards. I mean, at least he fielded the kick. That's all you care about is him fielding the kick, not giving the ball back to the other team. So, great catch.
Clarksville on Northeast 37-yard line with 11 minutes left in this quarter. So plenty of time. This is only the second drive of the third quarter. Clarksville's first time with the ball. And it looks like there's
probably a false start.
It looks like there's too many players on the field.
Oh, yeah, Northeast coach is hot right now. Too many players on the field. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, and Coach Clark unhappy about it. You know, right now this is not what they need. Momentum is on their side. So this is not what you need. Like this, penalties like this is what you call self-inflicted wounds. And that's what Northeast is doing right now. And they're working against themselves.
Absolutely.
Cook with the handoff.
To Phillips.
And he's unable to get through the defensive line.
Like he got about a yard on that, so it should be like 2nd and 4. So I mean, they're within striking range. I mean, because of the penalty, they gave him 5 yards. So
hey, ball's on the 44 for the Wildcats, and we're gonna see what they do as quarterbacks. He hands it off to number 25. He runs to the corner, able to pick up a few more yards. And that's what you want to see out of your backs, you know. You want to see them that's Gabe Smith, the senior.
You want to see them fight for every yard.
Senior fullback. Yeah, you want to see them. You don't want to see them stop or fold up at the first sign of a tackle. You want to see those legs moving, and that's exactly what he did.
You also want him to be aware of where the stakes are, and he was very much aware of where the first down was at, and that's why he got it, you know. So, good play.
As he hands the ball off to Phillips, he runs, and he gets a few yards on that gain. He's pulled down by his jersey.
Phillips on the carry for Clarksville High School.
Not enough for a first down.
He got about 6 yards, it looked like.
And that's a nice carry. We talked about how many yards you want to average for your back every time you get the ball in their hands. You want them to get a good
3 to 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, 3 to 5 yards. That's carrying you down the field as Phillips gets it again, and he's covered up by a sea of blue, if you will.
Phillips on the carry.
Doesn't look like he was able to get the first down on that one.
Yeah, Northeast was ready for him on that one. Like, Northeast defense shows up, like, every so often. It's like they alternate times they show up. But they got to do it more consistently. If you're going to get the penetration, do it every down.
And I'm surprised to see Phillips getting the ball twice in a row because as we noticed earlier in the game, they were switching out their backs every snap. But he got it twice that time. So now we have a fresh pair of legs in. The number 25, Smith, he gets the carry, and he's able to get the first down. He's dragged down by a Northeast defender.
Yeah, I mean, keep them legs moving, like you said. He kept them legs moving and got the first down. If I'm Northeast, right, I want Clarksville to throw the ball because the couple passes that we did see, Kobe Cook wasn't that accurate, you know, so make him beat you. Don't let the running backs in the O-line just dominate the game like that, you know.
And I want them to throw the ball as well because they're eating up the clock. Time is going down, and time is not on Northeast side as.
Was that a fumble?
It looked like a fumble, but we'll see what the refs say. As Cook, as Cook ran the ball up the middle.
It was a fumble, absolutely.
Okay, it was a fumble, so but it was recovered by Clarksville.
Yeah, Cook does the read ops, keep the ball, and it got fumbled, but it was recovered by number 39, Darian Young. Good heads-up play by him. And now Seth Phillips just runs the ball for a first down, so it didn't matter anyhow.
He dragged a few Northeast players with him. He said, come on, hop on my back. Let me take you to where I'm trying to be.
I mean, this is impressive. Like, if I was playing against him, I'll be trying to strip, you know, because he can't hold the ball with his other hand, you know, so he only got one hand. But that gives him you should give him more credit, too, because that shows how strong his hands and how strong he is as a runner, because the fact that they can't strip him with one arm, that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, he's, back after his first week of the injury in the first week.
Phillips on the carry, stacked up at the line
Yeah,
of scrimmage by the Eagles defense.
Yeah, that time the Eagles defense got that penetration. They stuffed him on that one. I think he just got to the line of scrimmage, and that was it.
Well, this whole drive, Clarksville has not thrown the ball yet, as you said. So they should be aware, the Eagles should be aware of that defensively, stop the run.
They should be, but at the same time, I mean, when you got talent on the line, there's really not much you can do. If a hat's going on a hat and they're holding their blocks, hey, there's nothing you can do.
That's true. Clarksville offensive line is big, large, and in charge, as they say, as the ball is handed off to number 26. He's able to get a first down. He's still going.
That's a tough runner right there, Gabe Smith.
They were unable to bring Smith down as he gets the first down.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to stand here. We're going to look at it. We're going to be like, oh, Clarksville talent players, right? They skilled players are going to get a lot of credit. But, I mean, this is the O-line's game right now.
That's right. It's first and goal with 6:55 left on the clock. And Clarksville, they're right in the red zone, right where they want to be. And they have the ball in the hands of the man who it needs to be in. And it's Phillips again, and we'll see if they count this as a touchdown or if he fumbled.
Let's see what happened on the replay.
Play results in a Clarksville touchdown.
Oh, Phillips makes one cut at the line of scrimmage, two cuts. He breaks 3 tackles and goes right into the end zone for the score. Seth Phillips is doing it all tonight.
That's right. We saw him deflect the pass on defense, run the ball up the middle several times, and score. What can this man not do?
Apparently nothing.
The kick is up, and it's good for Clarksville. The score, 35, Clarksville, Northeast, 18.
Yeah, that's Seth Phillips' second Ruckins touchdown.
Right now, Clarksville is having their way, 35-18. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now joining us,
Oh, it's onside kick.
an
by Clarksville.
onside kick. If you're just now joining us, Clarksville has just scored a touchdown. The score is 35, Clarksville 18, Northview. And Clarksville basically is just ran the ball up the field the whole way.
I don't know what type of kick that was just then. Like, if that was an onside kick, that was the highest onside kick I've ever seen in my life. But I'm assuming they didn't want to get the ball back to Bowser either, because he's really the only threat on the return game as far as, like, making things happen.
He's had a few explosive returns this game, getting the ball up to about the 40 or 45 when he was able to get the ball in his hands.
Let's see if Northeast can make something happen on this drive.
The ball goes to
Deshaun
number
Evans.
6.
It looked like he just got back to the line of scrimmage.
Pass complete to number 6, Deshaun Evans.
I mean, at this point, Northeast cannot be exchanging scores with Clarksville. Northeast need to get stops and they need to score. So they need to score here, obviously, but they can't keep allowing Clarksville to run the ball down the field and eat up so much of the clock, you know, because if they're going to do that, this game is over.
That's why he looks to his left, gets the ball over to his receiver, and they're unable to get a gain on the play, it looks.
Yeah, that was Jalen Miller on the catch, but he didn't have much to work with because as soon as he called it, Clarksville was all over that.
And right now they're set up for 3rd and 10, and they really need to convert right here on this play. You know, it's the plays like this that convert into even bigger plays that convert to touchdowns, and that's where Northeast needs right now is a touchdown.
Yeah, you don't need to get the ball back to Clarksville because you won't get it back to the 4th quarter. So,
true.
Great catch by Vereen.
And it's the senior wide receiver.
Let's see what happened on replay.
Once again.
We do have a flag on the play, so we are waiting to see what the refs called on that play. As you see on this replay, Puig steps back, and you see Vereen runs a post pattern, and he was led perfectly by Puig. Great play. Pass interference against Clarksville, so that helps out Northeast big time. Add some yards on top of that catch.
Now that's exactly what they need. We talked about penalties this whole game and how it's a self-inflicted wound right now. Clarksville just helped out Northeast with their momentum.
Yeah, because the clock is not on Northeast side right now. Northeast need to score, and they need to score fast, and they need to get stops. So let's see.
The ball is handed off to number 17, Robinson, the freshman.
That's a big freshman. I mean, he's a solid-looking young man right there. He got about, looks like 2 yards. No, 4 yards it looked like. So that's a good first down play. Like I said, 3 to 5. That's what you want on first down.
And right now, Northeast needs anything that's going to move them into the direction of the end zone. They're keeping Robinson out there. Bowser goes over. They hand it back off to Robinson.
And Clarksville's on that.
They're all over him because they need more than one person to bring him down.
That was gang tackling at its finest right there. Everybody shot to the ball. That's how you teach tackling. Everybody pursue the ball. And that's exactly what Clarksville did right there.
3rd and 7 on this play with 4 minutes and 8 seconds in the quarter. Peay on the field directing his generals.
Yeah, Northeast need to speed up the process a little bit more.
That's right. The clock is not on their side as Peay steps back in the pocket. He throws it up.
Miller, interception.
Intercepted by Clarksville, number 12.
I think that's number 13, Damari Ussery. And here's the problem with that. It was a great thought, but it looks like Puig is eyeballing his receiver the whole time. And these DBs are starting to pick up on that. That's why if he's going to eyeball him, they're going to pick that off all day. He has to at least look off the DBs and at least make them think he's going somewhere he's not, you know?
That's right. He's giving it away by staying on that receiver the whole time, not fooling anyone. And Clarksville picked up on it right there. Just as the Clarksville running back picked up on a few yards, that Seth, he picked up on 2 or 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, like I said, right around 3 to 5 you would take. So now, I don't think Northeast is getting this ball back to the fourth quarter. And they might not get it back until a little bit time is taken off that quarter too. So that was a big turnover that they did not need at that point.
Clarksville has been holding the ball on each drive for an average of 6 minutes. So with 3 minutes left in the half, they're going to run the ball. And I would continue to run the ball if I was them as well. Go ahead and eat up that clock. Right now they have the momentum. They have the clock on their side with the score 35-18. I'm running all day as well.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I mean, they can't stop you. There's no reason to change up the game plan. Make them stop you first. If they stop you, then okay, we'll go to try to pass. We'll do something different. But if you can't stop this run, we're going to run it down your throat all day.
That's right. And, you know, Clarksville is not in any hurry to snap the ball at all, which is, why would you be? The ball's handed off to Phillips, and he's tackled by 2 of the Northeast defenders.
That was really close to being a horse collar tackle right there by Northeast, but the ref didn't call it, so it's still good. But that's a decent run, but Northeast had that sniffed out from the beginning.
Do you think that in games like this, where it seems as if one team, you know, it could seem as one team has it in the bag, do you feel like the refs will lax up on some of their calls?
I will hope not, because it's still a lot of game to be played. We still got a quarter left, so if I'm on the other side of that, I want the ref still call everything, you know, because, like, you never know. All it would take is a big hit, a fumble, a big reception, and change the whole outlook of this game, so I will hope not.
I'm definitely with you. I don't want the ref, if it's my team, I want the ref still calling every single play, no matter how much we're blowing out another team. Not that this is a blowout anywhere near it, but if my team is up, I still want the calls as if, you know, we weren't up.
Yeah, absolutely. You want the game to be fair across the board. You don't want it to be what ifs, because when people stop calling stuff, that's when you get the what if factor. If you'd have called this play, we would have got the ball back, we would have scored, you know, and that's what you don't want. So I have confidence in the refs that they're going to keep calling plays the way it should.
That's right. You want the plays, you want the game to play out inside the lines against 11-11. Right now it's Clarksville ball, 3rd down, 3 to go with 1 minute and 42 left in this quarter. High snap, quarterback Cook, he's able to get it, and it looks like he got a 1st down on that play.
Absolutely. That was a good run, good play call. I mean, good blocking. I mean, I can't say it enough about the O-line. It's like, without this O-line, this might be a whole different ball game.
It definitely would be. Their O-line is opening up gaps, blocking well. Their O-line hasn't even had, you know, a holding penalty, which is really good. So they're up there blocking the right way and using their sides and moving their feet to get the blocks that they need.
Oh, big run by Smith.
As he runs to the right, and it looks like he's in the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
The ref calls that a touchdown, Clarksville.
Oh, it's a flag on the play. Let's see what happened.
Touchdown, Clarksville High School. There is a flag on the play.
Smith gets the ball, and, man, he's not touched. Big hole. The first time he gets touched is right around the 10-yard line. He's able to keep rumbling into the end zone.
Let's see what the officials have to say about that flag on the field.
They're still discussing it.
As another official joins the group.
Where that flag is at, that's normally holding. I know that.
You know that what? Flag is I was thinking, I hope I did not jinx them. I just gave them so much credit about how their offensive line was doing a great job by blocking and using their size, moving their feet.
We'll see, though. But normally, where that flag is placed at, that's normally a holding call.
And maybe that's a result for Smith getting out to the corner and being untouched like he was. Let's see this replay.
Oh, yes, I see the hold.
Number 10.
Yeah, number 10 on the hold. Chris Bagatini, it looked like, with the hold. Now, at this point, the only thing they could be discussing is probably ball placement, where they're going to place the ball at.
So it looks like I jinxed them. Good job before.
I mean, that's the first time I've seen it, so that's still a well-played game. So let's just hope it's not a trend.
Let's see what the
personal foul against Clarksville. Personal foul against Northeast. Offsetting penalties.
Offsetting personal foul penalties.
Okay, so it wasn't a hold.
Well, it was definitely, we seen the hole in there. I don't know if they called it, but we seen the hole in there.
Well, the refs did not call.
Well, the ball is coming back, though, so the touchdown didn't count.
We'll see how Clarksville regroups after this penalty. Let's see where the official places the ball.
Yeah, I mean, if they're all setting penalties, I thought that would have been a touchdown, but maybe the penalties happened before the touchdown. That's the only thing I think of about be the reason why they're bringing the ball back, is if the penalties happened before the touchdown. So the ball is spotted back at the 43-yard line. Is this the first time I've seen Clarksville get in the huddle today? I think this is the first time they're in the huddle.
So the touchdown did not count for Clarksville. The score will go back 35-18. Clarksville still leads with 1:15 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, replay first down. So they just redo the down.
And they give the ball back to Phillips as he almost gets a first down.
It was still a nice hole there. So it looks like a similar play that they ran to previously and almost had the same result. And now that clock is running, so Clarksville's in no hurry at this point. They're going to probably take one more snap, and they're probably going to go to the fourth quarter.
Cook is in the pocket. He hands it back off to Smith. He heads back to the right side.
It looks really close to a first down.
There is a flag on the play.
Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Penalties are holding the game up.
Well, like you said, you wanted the ref to call it fair, so they're still calling it fair. I mean, you can't have your cake and eat too now.
That's right. They are calling it fair on each side. Let's see what the ref has to say.
It looked like a penalty against Northeast. Yep, penalty against Northeast. Unsportsmanlike conduct. So Northeast just gave Clarksville that first down.
Once again, this is not how you want. This is not how you want.
It was excessive pushing. It looked like the penalty's on. There's a excessive penalty. This is on the coach. Yeah, it was on the coach.
Clarksville, Cook keeps the ball.
Oh, he got stuffed in the hole. He got met. And that was the type of penetration that Northeast needed all night long, and they finally got it on that play.
Junior linebacker Sean Spencer with that stop. There's also a flag on the play.
That's like 3 flags in a row, 3 plays in a row. I don't know. I think Clarksville football has a thing for third quarters. Like, they have like the longest third quarters ever.
This might be why. And we're going to see what the official has to say.
Personal foul.
Personal foul after the play.
Looked like did he just? He's talking to the Northeast coach, so.
Well, that's Coach Clark. You know, and Clarksville look as if they're, you know, taking advantage of this time, grouping up, huddling up, talking about, you know, what's going on and how they can capitalize on this opportunity. As we take a look at the replay.
Oh, it was one of the Northeast players who lost a helmet. Looked like the personal conduct foul was on. But look at the difference in body language right now. Look at Clarksville's body language compared to Northeast body language. They look deflated. Like Northeast, one of them leaders right now need to do something to get the rest of his teammates up for this game. Like, tell them what you need to tell them, but you need to get them like hype right now because game's not over yet. I mean, you could get a fumble here on this play and the game changes, so you always want to be ready for the next play.
The game is definitely not over. There's still a whole nother quarter to play in this game. You know, the clock is running with 20 seconds on the clock. I don't know what's going on right now.
Clarksville's probably not going to run another play until the fourth quarter. That's what's going on. Yeah. So, like I said, great time management by Clarksville. Clarksville's in no hurry to run a play, and they're going to run the quarter out. We're going to go to the fourth quarter, and Clarksville's going to run another play and probably run another 2 minutes off the clock before they score.
That's right, and we're going to take it into fourth quarter, as you said.
Eagles fans, that is the end of the third.
The score is 35-18. Clarksville High leads. And like you said, look at the body language of Northeast. I don't see any excitement. I don't see anybody, you know, pumping each other up, saying, come on, like, get your head back into the game. We still have another quarter. You know, it's a whole different vibe on this side of the sideline, on this side of the field. You know, they need a spark. They need one of their leaders, one of their juniors, one of their seniors to step up. Get in one of your players' faces if you have to motivate them to get back into it, to keep your head in the game. They have to make sure they don't give up, that they keep the faith. And at this time, we're going to go to break. Right before we start the fourth quarter, make sure you stay tuned and stay put. The APSU-TV.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, that can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't.
Welcome back as we start the fourth quarter. Clarksville leads 35-18, and Cook kept the ball himself and gained a few yards that results in a first down.
Yeah, first down. So the first play of the fourth quarter is a first down run by the quarterback, Kobe Cook.
And now they're in first and goal for the Wildcats. They're on the 6-yard line.
And watch them take their time. They're in no hurry to get his ball back to Northeast.
Cook back in the pocket. He hands it off to Phillips. And he is brought down by 2 Northeast defenders.
He's really close to that touchdown.
Phillips on the carry for Clarksville
and
High.
He's just short of the goal line.
Brought down just short of the goal line.
That brings us to second and goal.
Can you make a guess on what's the next play for Clarksville?
Let's see. I think they're going to run it. Which, I mean, they've been very successful tonight running the ball.
Yeah, very rare that you actually seen them actually lose yards on a run. So it's like it's either a no gain or it's a positive gain. So they've been doing very good on the run.
They've been doing very good on the run and mixed it up a few times with the pass.
And that's a touchdown.
There's the run I was talking about.
Another touchdown for Seth Phillips. That makes his 3rd touchdown for the day.
And that is why he's our player to watch. Watch him on this replay. You can almost call it with your eyes closed. Hand off to Phillip. He runs to the right, walks into the end zone almost untouched. As you know, he breaks the plane. That's all he needs. And Clarksville goes up 41-18 as they set up for the extra point.
Yeah, at this point, Northeast has to score and score really fast. And on top of that, he still got to make a stop. So we're going to see what happens.
The extra point is good, bringing the score to 42-18. Clarksville leads. And
Extra point attempt by Langford is good.
Northeast, you know, they say there's something as, you know, home field advantage, but you can't tell right now.
Well, that's what you want. You want to come into somebody's home and you want to suck the energy right out of it. Because if you can and take the crowd right out of it, it's now no home field advantage. It's your game now. And that's exactly what Clarksville did. They came here, ran the ball down their throat, dared Northeast to stop them, and Northeast hasn't done it yet. So
that is what they did. And if you watch once again, I'm all about momentum, all about the body language. The Northeast players walked off to the sideline, just pulling their hats off, arms dangling, as if the game is already over. Yes, it's a large Clarksville is leading by a sizable advantage, but however, it's still football. Something can still turn around. You just need that one play to spark up momentum, that one play to spark some energy to get the crowd back into it, and then we have a ball game on our hands again.
Well, just like you said, I mean, the greatest comebacks come from teams that don't give up on each other, the ones that keep pushing each other, you know. The Houston Oilers came back from down 31 in the 4th quarter and won the game, so why can't they do it, you know? So
Houston Oilers, you're talking about, you know, teams that these guys don't even know about. They're right now, those are the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, that's Bowser again on the return.
He gets to about the 45-yard line.
Bowser on the return.
I mean, this kid, every time he touched the ball, it's like you hold your breath because you don't know what's about to happen. It's like, let's see what happened on the replay. He actually lets the ball take a hop before he catches the ball. Then cuts back one time, breaks one tackle, breaks 2 tackles, hit the sideline, breaks 3 tackles, and he's forced out of bounds. Man, this kid is explosive.
See, things like that, plays like that, are what can get you back into the game. Now we're going to see how Northeast converts on this play.
If I'm Northeast, I'm not running the ball. There's no purpose to running the ball right now.
You got to get the ball down the field as fast as you can. But they hand it off to
Marsh, Yamil Marsh.
And it looks like he got enough to get a first down.
The question is, did he get out of bounds? Because if he didn't get out of bounds, his clock's going to keep running. And I think he did. Let's see what happened on replay. Hand off to Marsh. Breaks 1 tackle there. Breaks 2. And he's tackled out of bounds. So good job by him by getting out of bounds and stopping that clock.
That was enough to move the chains. It's first down for the Northeast Eagles.
Yep.
So this is critical for the Eagles. Let's see how they react and if they're able to convert. They're still running the ball. Number 42 gets the handoff. He gets about 3 yards on that run.
Yamil Marsh.
Yeah, that's Yamil Marsh again with the carry. I mean, that's a good run for a first down, but at this point, you're like, we need scores. We don't need rushing yardage, you know. So, but I mean, you got to respect Northeast knowing who they are, you know. If this is who they are, they're willing to die on that sword, and I'm fine with that as long as you know who you are.
That's number 53 on Northeast. Number 52 on Northeast. He's the player who had the jersey issue earlier in the game. He's helped off the field, and he's receiving medical attention. Peay hands it off to number 17. He stopped in the backfield, tackled for a loss.
Yeah, Caden Robinson is a big guy, so that tackle for a loss is one heck of a tackle, open field tackle.
That's going to bring...
Let's see what happened on replay. Let's see who made that tackle. Looked like number 10. Number 10, Chris
Bagatini. He wasn't fooled on that play at all. He knew right where the ball was.
Screen pass. Screen pass to Deshaun Evans. Oh, it's a flag on the play. But great open field tackle by number 13, Damari Usri.
There is a flag on the play.
Let's see what this flag is for.
Block in the back against Northeast.
Block in the back by Northeast. It looks like that penalty was declined. Let's see what happened on replay. You have the screen pass here. And oh, okay, you can see right there, it was on Jalen Bowser blocking him in the back. It didn't matter because he still made the tackle, so it's 4th down.
4th and 10, and they have no choice but to go for it. As Peay steps back in the pocket.
Oh, fumble! And it looked like Northeast landed back on the ball, but what pressure by Clarksville. And it will be Clarksville ball with 8 minutes, 18 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Nice pressure put on the quarterback by Clarksville. As you see right here, they're basically coming from both ends on the line, and that defender was able to pop the ball out of his hand before the release.
Yeah,
and it's converted on downs.
Yeah, at this point, Clarksville's going to run the ball. They're going to take their time to get him back to the line, and they're going to let this clock run out if they don't score another touchdown here.
Yeah, there's no use for Clarksville to rush the ball at this moment. As Seth gets the ball, but he breaks through it, and if you got it, take it.
What a big game for this young man. I mean, one arm, and he's still doing it all. Let's see what happened on replay. Look at this. He's not even touched until 15 yards down the field was when he first got touched by a defender. Man.
I couldn't tell with the numbers he has put up. I cannot tell that he is playing with a broken finger. That's so impressive.
Yeah, he's turning a lot of heads today.
7 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game as Clarksville has the ball, 1st and 10 on the 15.
This time Phillips only gets about a couple yards, and Northeast was ready for him on this play.
Phillips stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
And the clock is slowly but surely ticking down. Already a minute off the clock, and that's working in Clarksville's favor.
Ideally, Clarksville's not giving this ball back to Northeast until about 6 minutes left in the game. So 6 minutes left. If Clarksville scores here, it's pretty much ball game. But if not, they want to give the ball back to Northeast with as little time as possible.
That's right. You don't want them to think that there's any possibility of them coming back. As Peay throws it right over the middle, Cook throws it right over the middle.
So number 5, Quante Hicks with the reception touchdown. That was only Cook's 3rd pass. Let's see what happened on the play.
That's right. They faked the handoff and right over the middle. The ref even had to duck. That was a good play by Clarksville, and I'm kind of surprised to see a pass at this point in the game. Probably Northeast is as well, as the extra point is good for Clarksville. The score goes up 49-18 with 6 minutes and 57 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, that was basically, they sealed the deal with that play right there. That's all it was. They ended.
Let's take a look at the Class 5A Region 7 standings.
As you can see, you got Henry County at the top of the region. Then it's Dyer County, Kenwood, Northwest, Northeast, Clarksville, West Creek at the bottom. The winner of this game will be tied with Northwest for that 4th position, as Northwest is currently losing right now 49-7 to Dyer County.
That's right. We got some halftime scores from around the league, and West Creek was playing Kenwood. They led 14-0 at half. So it's other games going on in this region, and as you said, Northeast and Clarksville sitting at that 4th and 5th spot After this game, there's 3 more region games to go, so this game is very important for both teams, and right now, Clarksville is sitting right where they want to be.
Yeah, with 3 more regional games remaining, on top 4 teams go to state playoffs, so Clarksville is in dire need of this win.
Bowser let the ball bounce again, and he's off to the races to the left side.
Oh, man.
Runs right back, and the kicker is only the kicker beat, and he beats the kicker, and he is at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Northeast.
Jalen Bowser, what can you not say about this guy? This guy's explosive. Look at this replay. So the one guy you do not want to kick it to, you kick it to. And what happens? He lets it bounce 2 times this time. Comes across field, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2, and once he sees green, come on, man. Look at that block by Yamil Marshall on that play. He's off to the races right here. Beats the kicker, and there was no chance of catching him after that.
Once the receiver sees the kicker, it's like I'm scot-free. All I got to do is beat the kicker. It's not that difficult to do. Bowser makes it into the end zone right now. So Northeast, after they have scored, they've always gone for the 2-point conversion, which they're going to do right now. It looks as if there's a timeout on the field.
Timeout, Clarksville High School.
Clarksville calls the timeout.
This is a big 2-point conversion. I mean, 6:42, anything is possible, so they're going to need this 2-point conversion, and that'll put them down 23 points, which makes it still a 4-score game. So you're talking about they still need the kick onside kick and get the ball back. Let's see this replay one more time to the return touchdown.
That's right. It's still a 4-score game, but as we have said all game, it's all about momentum, and this is a good momentum switch for Northeast as you see Bowser make it past make it past the kicker right here, and that last defender trips over him. He's basically scot-free into the end zone. You know, this is what they needed. We said all game that it's not over quite yet. And no, they still have a lot to battle against. Now they're going where they need to be with the momentum change.
Yeah, but it might be too little too late, you know. We'll see.
That's true. When you let penalties get to you and you fall short at doing the small things, sometimes it's too late as Northeast unable to get the 2-point conversion, which we have seen all game long. That's their 4th try where they come up empty-handed.
Yeah, that time it was intended for Tamario Vereen, which that's the receiver I want to go to, either him or Jalen Miller. So the pass needed to be a little bit higher and it wasn't there, but nice try anyways. But right now, I'm going to assume they're going to do an onside kick. At least I would do an onside kick because I want the ball back immediately. You cannot afford to give Clarksville the ball and let them run the ball down the field and run the clock out. So that's what I'm expecting to see. We'll see if that happens. One more look at that return touchdown by Jalen Bowser. 2 hops.
You know, he gets the ball. He makes that defender miss. He sees the white coming to him. He go ahead and he heads to his left as he gets the block from Marshall, and he goes. He's running. It looks like there's no one there, but then you have the kicker, and whoop! The kicker could not hold on to him as he runs into the end zone.
He was singing Ray Charles, Bye Bye Baby. I mean, he was out of there. There was no catching him once he seen that.
Northeast ready to kick it off. Let's see if they go for the onside kick. Last time they attempted the onside kick,
that was the highest onside kick I've ever seen in my life. Like, you want to bounce, but you don't want to like a sky-high punt bounce, you know.
So we got the quarterback attempting, which looks like the onside kick.
And that's exactly what happened.
There's a flag on the play.
I don't think it went 10 yards. It was either it didn't go 10 yards or Northeast was offsides. So let's see what the flag is for. To me, it didn't look like 10 yards, so we're going to see. There's a false start on Northeast, so there was offsides on the kickoff, so they're going to have to re-kick that ball.
All right, this could work in Northeast's favor, however.
Yeah, second shot, you know. Second try may be a good one.
That's right. They can make some adjustments on this kick.
But at the same time, if Clarksville gets this ball, they're going to be in plus territory. So, run ball.
We've talked about it all game long. Clarksville has gotten the ball, and they average about 6 or 7 minutes or so with the ball in their control, and it's 6 minutes and 42 seconds left on the clock.
So basically what you're saying is you're expecting Clarksville to run the clock out if they get the ball back.
If they get the ball back, if it's not a turnover forced by Northeast, I believe that's the ball game. And let's see what's going on here on the field as the officials get together. They're probably looking at ball placement.
Yeah, the officials still having a discussion. Called another
offsides
by Northeast.
Northeast. Looks like the ball will be
moved again.
Moving back.
Man, Northeast not helping themselves right now. Now, was that the same penalty he called twice, or did they do it again? Okay, so that's the result of the first offsides.
Yeah, because they didn't have a second. They didn't have another chance to kick off the second time.
Okay, so the yardage was wrong.
6 minutes and 42 left in this game. The Eagles have 3 timeouts, and Clarksville has 1. Let's see what they do for this onside kick.
Oh, that was a little too flat and a little too long. And Clarksville was able to recover that. That was recovered by number 13, Damari Usuri.
Fielded by number 13, Damari Usuri.
Yeah, so just like you said, right around 6:41 left, and Clarksville averaged about 6 to 7 minutes when they get the ball. So we're gonna see if this is ball game.
Now Clarksville has changed it up the last drive when they scored the ball. We were used to them running last score. They threw the ball up over the middle, and they were, able to score. They scored quickly. So it depends on how Clarksville looks at this. If they want to run the clock down, or do they want to get another score before the game ends?
If I'm Clarksville, there's no way I'm passing this ball. Even if we got to get the ball back to them, I'm not passing this ball. I want clock. I want to run the clock down. I want to shoot the clock. So I'm not passing this ball.
Cook hands it off to Usuri as he gets about 2 yards on the play.
Now I expect them to take their time coming back to the line of scrimmage and lining up, and I expect them not to hike the ball to the last second possible.
Now when the O-line walks away from the line of scrimmage, you know it's going to be a while. They huddle up. They're probably talking about what's for dinner tonight.
Yeah, they probably won't snap this ball until under 6 minutes left to play.
They're not in any hurry as the clock ticks down to just about 6 minutes left in the game. Ball snapped, and it's
Gabe Smith with the carry. Looked like he got maybe a yard, so that should bring us about 3rd down. I mean, Northeast defense is standing up right now against the run, but time is still coming off that clock.
And as you said, maybe too little too late. 5 minutes left in the game when you're down by this many touchdowns. It's,
yeah,
practically impossible, to come back.
Yeah, they dug themselves too deep of a hole, I wish they would have played like they played at the end of the first half, beginning of the second half, but it's too little too late.
As Cook is brought down,
Garinger on the carry.
Garinger is brought down.
So that brings us, that should be 4th down, I would think.
There were good things we've seen out of Northeast during the game, but it was only sparks. It didn't last long enough to convert on the scoreboard. They never led in the game. They came out and they were down 21-0 in the first quarter, and that's basically hard to come back from.
Well, they're going to get the ball back here because they just stuffed them on the run on 4th down, so they're going to have a chance to score more points here.
Score more points with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Northeast takes over on downs.
They need to score very quickly if they're going to try to do anything with this. But what's going to come back to bite them is they're 0-4 on 2-point conversions. Those points matter, you know, because if you look at it, 0-4, that's 8 points. It would have been 49-32 right now. That's basically a 3-possession game, you know. So that might come back to bite them.
Might. I mean, I think we're watching it bite them right now as Northeast, you know, they're going to try to get the ball down the field as far as they can as Peay drops back in the pocket and he puts it up for Miller, and he goes up and grabs that one around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Jalen Miller's a big receiver, and that's the receiver you like to throw the ball up to and tell him go get it. That was a great catch by him. Let's see what happened on the replay. Straight go route. And Miller just out-jumped the defenders. Great catch by Miller.
Yeah, nice target to throw it to as it seems as if he's towering over the other defenders.
So they got Vereen lined up at the top of the screen. They got Miller at the bottom. So they got their 2 big receivers in the game right now.
Let's see. He rolls to his right, and he finds number 6.
Deshaun Evans.
He gets to about the 9-yard line.
That's a great play because Deshaun Evans was wide open because those 2 big receivers. Let's see what happened on replay. As you see, everybody's concerned with Vereen on that side. It was like nobody guarding Deshaun Evans, so he was wide open on that play. So that's the beauty of having 2 good receivers. They demand so much attention.
Good play call by Northeast right there. We'll see if they're able to convert. The ball is on the 5. 1st and goal for Northeast Eagles. Peay was in the pocket, shotgun formation. He hands it off to Bowser. He's pushed out of bounds.
Right around the 2-yard line, it looked like.
Around the 2.
Yeah, so they're inching closer, but he got out of bounds, so the clock stopped.
Pushed out around the 3-yard line.
Next play need to be a touchdown, though, if they're going to try to do anything with this.
We'll see what they do as they have Marsh in the background. He's the big running back we've had a chance to see, and intercepted by Clarksville, number 20.
It's number 29, Vandrick Felix.
That was a nice play. Number 11, Miller went up to grab it. He's unable, as we see right here, he's unable to bring it down. The pass was a little overthrown.
The pass was thrown behind him and high, so he made an effort at it, but it was too far to his reach.
A little too far, too gone. Just as if this game is for Northeast right now, as Clarksville takes over with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Clarksville needs 2 first downs in this ball game. 2 first downs, and they can run the clock out.
You got Cook. Call for the snap. He steps back, and he tries to take it himself. Did he make it outside of the end zone? He did.
He has to be really careful with that because that almost resulted in a safety. He has to be very careful about ball handling back there.
Excuse me, Garinger.
They're in danger zone right now because a big play can turn into a touchdown right now. If like Northeast can cause a turnover or a fumble back here, this could turn into a touchdown. So Clarksville have to be very careful with the ball right now.
The clock is steadily ticking. It's 2:36 left on the clock, and Granger, he hands it off this time. The Northeast defenders are there.
He just made it outside the end zone. Just made it outside.
Phillips on the carry for Clarksville High.
It looks like Northeast is trying to make a play here, so we'll see if they'll be able to. But the clock is still ticking. We're coming close to 2 minutes left in the game.
Right now it's 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats. With the ball on the Eagles' 2.
Garinger with the pass. Oh, incomplete pass intended for Hicks on that one.
Just unable to hold on to the ball. And he knows it. He knows he should have caught that one right there. Right now.
But this may work out. It may work out to Northeast favor because look how their punter base is going to be in the back of the end zone. So if they send everything they got, they may be able to get their hands on this punt. So we'll see.
This is their last chance to score in this game with 1 minute and 45 seconds left.
Absolutely.
Bowser back to receive the punt.
Safety. The punter stepped out of bounds, which will make it a safety. So that will be 2 more points added on for Northeast.
The punter stepped out of the back of the end zone as he went to kick, and it's a safety for Northeast.
So Northeast gets 2 points. It's a safety for them.
And they getting the ball back. So this could get a little interesting here at the end. I don't think they have enough time to win this game, but they have enough time to impact the final score.
They don't. They have a chance to end the game on a better note, I would say. You know, it's far a little too late as we look. And
yeah, when he did his gather, it looked like his left foot touched the out of bounds line, and that's what caused the safety.
You have to be aware of where you are.
I mean, I don't know, because it's like at this point it doesn't matter because Clarksville pretty much got it wrapped up.
They do, but these are the plays that will carry over to other games because that is a mental mistake.
Yep.
No matter how far you are in a game, no matter what the score deficit is, you always want to stay on top of your game. That's why you have coaches still coaching when they're up by 4 scores. You know, you have team members still getting onto each other because it's the mental state that you have to carry on to the next game.
Absolutely. I mean, you want to perform regardless of what the score is because people going to hold you accountable. I know the coach is going to hold you accountable. You will hope your teammates hold you accountable as well. So you always want to execute as best as you can while you're on the field.
That's right, and things like that, your mental play can make you from a good player into a great player. As Clarksville kicks it off to the left sideline, it
that's
bounces
going out of bounds. Yep, penalty.
And that's a penalty on Clarksville.
Kickoff out of bounds.
Northeast is going to get some good field position off this kick.
Ball will be spotted at the 45-yard line.
Now, if you're Northeast head coach or if you're on their sideline, right now it's too late, you know, to win. But what are you telling them at this moment?
Finish strong, because when it comes down to it, you want to develop habits for next week. I mean, this game's already out your reach, but you got then they got Northwest coming here next week, right? So finish strong, because if you finish strong, you might find something that may work next week. So that's the whole part of the plan that I'm trying to talk about. Finish strong. You want to develop character in your players as well. You always want to tell your players never to quit regardless of the score as long as it's time on the clock. Because if I'm a coach, I don't like quitters. So
that's right. And Northeast is going to come in here hungry. As we heard at halftime, they were losing to Dyer County 49-7. So they're coming off a loss just as well as Northeast, and it's going to be a battle for a win. As Peay throws it to Bauer, and he's on the
Bowser.
He tight lined the sideline. He tight ropes the sideline, and it's great to see this guy play. Like we said, every time he gets the ball, let's just watch.
It looked like he almost fumbled the ball here and caught it back and then got an extra 10 yards on top of that. I mean,
he was able to recover his almost mistake.
Yeah. I mean, that was a little bit of luck and a little bit of skill all in one play.
And he's able to get a first down while doing it. So Peay throws it up for his large receiver,
That's the Vereen. That's touchdown.
Oh,
the referee marched him just short of the goal line. That looked like he got in. Let's see on the replay. I thought he got in on that. So you see the pump fake by Peay, and then he throws up to Vereen. Vereen wins the matchup.
It looked like to me
got
that he
in.
just broke the plane.
It looked like he got in. Maybe his foot was out before he reached.
Yeah, and you know, this is college or this is high school level. They're unable to review the play, so you got to go with the call on the field. That leaves Northeast first and goal.
And Robinson stopped on that run by the Clarksville Wildcats.
Robinson stopped around the line of scrimmage.
And we're just under a minute left now.
And it's interesting, as you've been saying all game long, it doesn't seem that Northeast is in a hurry. Even though it's close to the end of the game right now, they haven't been in a hurry all game to get the ball snapped, and time has never been on their side during this competition.
Yeah, I mean, that comes along with having a freshman quarterback too. So, you know, the coach want to make sure he understands the play and that he's getting the right play, you know. I mean, as they grow, it'll get faster.
And the ball's handed off.
That like a touchdown.
Touchdown, Eagles!
And they got the touchdown.
That looked like Yamil Marsh with the touchdown.
Yeah, as you see, he gets the ball and he reaches out just to break the plane enough, and that's all they needed for a touchdown for Northeast. And they're going to go for this 2-point conversion as they have been all game.
Absolutely. You don't expect nothing different from Northeast at this point. They're 0-4 so far. Let's see if they can get one before this game is over with.
Marsh in the backfield. Let's see if he gets it. And they give it to
Deshaun Evans. And he's stuffed by a gang of Wildcats.
Right at the line of scrimmage. So that pretty much sums up the game. Northeast unable to convert on any 2-point conversion. Coming up empty-handed 5 times. That's 10 points right there. It could be 42-49. But they're unable to convert. Or even if they had a kicker, you know, it could be 37-49.
Yeah, but if they convert on 2-point conversion, we'll be looking at an onside kick for the win right here.
It would be a totally different ball game.
Yeah, so I want to see, let's see what happened on replay. And as you see here again, Marsh fought for those yards because if he didn't reach out, he wasn't getting in.
That was a smart heads-up play by
Yamil
Marsh, the senior wide receiver. Before he was dragged to the ground, he made sure to reach out just enough to break the plane.
Kicking off from Northeast High School, number 75, Bam Jarrett.
So I want to see what Coach Clark's going to do here. Like, let's see if he's going to be like, hey, let's fight to the end. Let's see an onside kick, you know. Or he's just basically going to say, okay, give him the ball, let him take a knee. So we'll see.
We have another kicker off for Northeast. Steffens, the offensive lineman, defensive lineman. Let's see what he does. And there's another penalty.
Against Northeast, it looked like another offsides penalty, so they're probably going to be taking a walk back. Yeah, that's what it is.
We talked about how the conversions, not able to answer on the conversions, really hurt Northeast's chances to win, but also the penalties they have had all game and not being able to finish out a quarter. They had sparks where they played really well. They've had stops that came up really big for them, but the penalties and not being able to, you know, finish and play really hurt them in the end.
Yeah, it was self-inflicted wounds, like you say, but you got to learn from your mistakes and correct them.
As Clarksville is able to bring the ball to about the 42-yard line, 16 seconds left in the game.
We should see victory formation here. So as we wait for Clarksville to come on the field, I mean, I think Clarksville's Northeast is looking a little bit better. This is, like I said, their third game under a freshman quarterback. And so they'll fall to 1 and 2 in those 3 games. But what I have noticed about Northeast is that they've been scoring a lot more points than what they previously were doing with the other quarterback. So things are looking up, but I mean, they still got a lot to work on, obviously.
I heard a great coach, and I'm referring to Mark Hudspeth, say, we don't take losses, we take lessons. So what is a lesson that Northeast can get from this game?
Well, one, their defense is going to have to step up and make plays. You know, you cannot get down 28 zip and expect to win the ball game. You know, you can't just flip a switch. That ain't how football works. Sometimes it works like that, but not all the time. You don't ever want to dig a hole that deep. But that's what they did. They made a run, and then one nothing more to do. So the final score.
The final score is 49-32. Clarksville comes into Northeast home, and they're able to get a win. From all of us, the Austin Peay student crew, Vernon Hardeman, Bree Houston, thank you for tuning in. And have a good night.
Thank you for attending tonight's game. Parents and family of athletes, keep in mind you can meet your athlete in the parking lot. Everyone needs to exit the stadium through the front.